News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the... They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting by a system that threw them overboard 30 years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they use to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich who don't give a about them. They don't give a about you. They don't give a about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue that's being jammed up their every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
It is the big broadcast. Happy Hour. News Talk 93.1 of MWACV for a Friday. Pamela not here. But Eddie Bader's here, so that means food.
That's right.
And Terry Adams, the much beloved and glorious Prime Minister of Playtime, Conspiracy Friday.
And here they are.
Some fake applause. And a word from Chuck Schumer.
Make no mistake, there will be a trial, and when that trial ends, senators will have to decide if they believe Donald John Trump incited the election against the United States.
I just love that. I can't play that frequently enough. That's one of the side effects of TDS. Hey, okay, it wasn't a big day on the market. I don't know what they heard they didn't like, but the Dow finishing down about 500 points. But don't sweat it. It's been going up and down. It'll get back.
Every other day now.
Topped out at 50,200 plus. Mm-hmm. The one thing we need is some resolution with Iran.
Yes, we do.
And
Yes, we do.
They know better. I mean, come on. Sun Tzu's The Art of War. The quicker you do it, the better off you are. We need to quit dragging this thing out and take care of business.
Finish it off.
yeah, I don't want to hear about it. I had a good conversation with
No.
we need
Kick
to
their butts, bring our guys home.
Yeah, and not get into a prolonged situation. So on Friday's happy hour, we'll hit the stories. There's a bunch of stuff to talk about. But I brought food today, too.
I saw that, Greg.
There's a new place. Remember the It'll Do Tavern?
Yes, it'll do.
It is now Smoky Notes.
Smoky Notes, all
And
right?
they have some awesome barbecue and some really different items. And I brought back a big sampler.
Ooh, I see, Greg. I see.
I had one of these over there. They're boudin balls.
Okay.
And they've got Kaneka cheese, whole combination of thing in there. They got a mac and cheese with an Alfredo cheese base.
Oh, really?
It's really good. Their baked beans are out of this world. Ribs, brisket, and there's a whole lot more. But nice
Excellent.
people. Brian Ainsworth and Becky West, this is their place. We're going to have them in for a business break. And we're going to do a listener event there at some point.
We were talking about the news earlier, and we didn't get to cover it much on Joey's show, but you saw the small airplane crash that went down. It was 11 people that were rescued. It was in the Bahamas. They were going from one island to the other. Those people were in the water for about 5 hours.
5 hours.
The first story I read, it sounded like they were almost rescued immediately. No, they were, and had no idea if rescue was coming or not. 5 hours.
That's not good.
That is an awful, awful feeling. Got to be. But the pilot literally saved everybody on board. 3 to 5 foot seas, so it wasn't easy to ditch the plane in the ocean, and was able to get everybody out of the plane.
Not that kind of chop.
But man, I can't imagine sitting out there.
How big
50
of a
miles.
plane?
It was a Beechcraft, so it wasn't, just a little
Okay.
private plane.
I
Yeah.
got you.
It was
Can you
one of those
imagine?
old beach crafts, like Amelia Earhart flew.
Not quite that old, but it looked that style. I mean, it really looked like,
Twin tail.
yeah. Yeah. Well, they used to call them doctor killers because all your doctors and lawyers would get those type of planes, and they don't have good lift like your above wing planes do, so they lose lift, and that's why most of the time they crash.
In the aftermath of Andrew, one of the local radio sports guys, a guy named Joe Zagacki.
Jazaki?
Zagacki. He was airlifting stuff out of a small municipal airport that Rick Peters used to fly into when we would go down there, kept his plane there. And he was in one of those with supplies, and it got off the runway briefly and then barreled into a neighborhood. The two guys on the plane with Joe were killed. He survived,
Wow.
and he was never the same.
The guilt, I can't imagine.
Survivor's guilt and just having the
Yeah, your
crap
dad
scared
had
out.
that, didn't he? After World War II.
Yes,
I
because
think a lot of them did.
twice he was on ships that sunk. First time was from a hurricane. They were convoying oil tankers from Cuba to Britain. Then he was sent to the Pacific on a destroyer. He was the ship's electrician, and they were in the Lingayen Gulf, January 7th, 1945, and a kamikaze attack broke out. It was around the time the Japanese really got desperate.
Yeah.
So he was at the bow of the ship with a bunch of guys when the emergency,
Yeah.
whatever they do, all
The
the
alarm
battle
starts going off,
stations,
yeah.
all that.
To your duty stations, yeah.
And right after he returned to his station, a twin-engine Japanese Betty bomber, which you can look up on the internet, came in and blew off the front end of the ship. It sank in just a matter of minutes. Every single guy he was hanging with that afternoon was killed. And I didn't find this stuff out from him towards
No.
late in life.
They didn't talk about it.
No, they didn't.
And the only reason he survived is they were told to go to their battle stations. So he left the group, and they were all wiped out, just like that. And back then it was the John Wayne mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
"No, it's just another,
Yeah.
Suck it
and
up.
that was very unhealthy for them. My dad was a kind of a chronic drinker. He
I'll bet.
had a great career and everything else, but he was prone to depression.
All right, my grandfather the same way.
I think some of that was tied to the war because
Guarantee you it was.
they didn't diagnose PTSD.
No, and they were gone like my grandfather. He was gone 4 years at a time. 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the in those days, the news ship was the Palmer, and you can look it up on Wikipedia. Old Navy vet, a friend of mine that lives in the area, directed me to this, and I finally got to read the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
And the in addition to the casualties from the impact and everything else, these guys, the news of the Palmer sinking was broadcast nationally. His parents heard about it in Chicago, but they didn't tell you who made it and who didn't.
I didn't even think about that, Greg.
So for 2 weeks, they had no idea whether Dad lived or died, because everybody was in the war then.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then finally, when they got him back to San Diego, he was able to get to a phone and call them in Chicago and say, I made it.
What a call.
But living with that doubt for 2 weeks. And we know so many of one of the heroes that we honored at the Gathering of Eagles, the guy that was in prison 2,703 days.
Yeah.
It was 2 weeks after his chopper was shot down before the military notified his family that he was MIA.
Oh,
they
wow.
couldn't confirm alive or dead, just MIA. And then eventually, 2+ years after the shoot down, that's when they finally told the family he was a POW. So they knew he was alive, but they lived with that for so long.
I cannot imagine. You're trying to get your life to go on, and 2 years later, that comes back.
You're young guys with plans and dreams, and if you met Bill Robinson, he would amaze you because he's so positive. You never know this guy gave up over 7 years of his life eating bugs and living in the conditions of the Hanoi Hilton.
Man.
Because when he came out, he says, okay, that happened. I can't change it. So I'm going to live every day I can. And he is in his 80s now and just amazing.
After that experience, though, every day's got to be a better day. I mean, it's
I asked
every
him,
day.
when they finally got picked up, so he was captured September 20th, 1965. I believe February 12th, 1973 was the date they were all taken out of there. And after living on a, minuscule diet, he lost a ton of weight. So what'd you have when you finally got to a place where you could have real food? And he says, anything I wanted. And it's all good.
Did they have any idea that was about to happen, or literally was it sprung on them that today you're free?
They knew a couple of weeks ahead that something was going on. They had ways of getting some information, but not much. And of course, you had to be real careful.
That was the other thing. Could you believe, especially something like that?
If they thought you were a spy, they could kill you.
Yep.
So, I mean, the day-to-day doubts and all of that. And the pilot that they had gone in to rescue was executed by the Viet Cong. They captured him and executed him. But again, these people, they're so humble about their service. Don't make a fuss about me and on and on.
Right.
And he was just an absolute delight. I had tears in my eyes. He had a big smile on his face the whole time. When you meet somebody that amazing and wonderful.
Yeah.
And thank you again, Colonel Joe Panza, for the experience.
That's great.
It's 3:20 already.
Yes.
Guys, you got to try this food.
All right. I'm down.
Let me see if I can get the Boudin balls. These are Kaneka with cheese. There's all kinds of sauces here that are labeled.
I see a bunch of sauces.
Yeah, tons of sauces. And there's ribs and there's brisket. And it's really good. So
You wouldn't have brought it in here to me otherwise, would you? I'd never brought you anything bad.
No. See, you brought what?
Those are cheesecake cannolis.
Oh, I just hate cannolis. It's a good thing I keep a cooler in the car.
Yes, I'm glad you do.
These wonderful treats to bring home. Anyway, Smoky Notes is where the It'll Do Tavern used to be. They've really done a nice job sprucing it up, new decor. Mm-hmm. And the people that run it, Brian and Becky, are really, really nice.
Awesome.
So if you're looking for some awesome barbecue with some new twists, you ought to give them a try. Open for lunch Monday, 11 to 2, Tuesday through Sunday from 11 to 11 p.m., so lunch or dinner. They got a kids menu, and there's so many different options on here. The baked beans were great.
I love baked beans.
And there's something about a combination of baked beans, the mac and cheese with the Alfredo, and what was the other thing that we had? It was all good, all really good. And at some point, we will be announcing a listener gathering there.
Excellent.
At Smoky Dose.
I like that.
Their number is 649-1110. If you'd like to call ahead, look for something different to do. Biscuits baseball tonight. I may sample some of that. 321. Some guys going into the weekend hoping, and this is the God's honest truth, that they don't have to be in a situation where they might have to deliver the goods, perform, because they've reached this point where nothing's working the way it used to. Mm-hmm. And, of course, you're the only guy that ever happens to. But with Montgomery Men's Health, they have taken situations like that, restored the confidence of the men with options that are far better, far more guaranteed than pills. But it really all begins with an overall approach to health, and that's a $99 test on the testosterone level. If that is low, it's not just low libido, it's low energy, it's poor sleep, it's weight gain. Weight oftentimes is a big cause of ED. And they have, again, ED treatments there that, they do have pills. They have a lot of options like that. But there are others, too, that you don't know about because they're not widely known. But they're medically approved, and this is a board-certified urologist who is changing lives on a daily basis over there. So whatever's prevented you from calling, get over it. It's 334-440-3663. That test is only $99. If the number is low, it can be fixed immediately, and you get to experience that rejuvenation that goes with it. 334-440-3663 or MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. I think on this Friday afternoon we should probably begin with a traffic update.
All right.
So let me reach out to the great skipper for our first thing of the road this afternoon. Nice day.
Well, as we get into the 3 o'clock hour, we're seeing traffic beginning to build now on East South Boulevard around Baptist. Also on I-65 and 85, but overall light to mostly moderate traffic. A little busy on 85 north and southbound. We'll update you if accidents happen. Trentham State is introducing the Ford Truck Automotive Program. This is a workforce-focused partnership with Ford Motor Company. It's to prepare students to become a certified Ford automotive service technician. Go to trenthamstate.edu for more information. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
And this is a painting of my grandfather, the only one he ever had made.
Sometime, take a close look around your house.
This sewing machine was my Aunt Mary's.
If you have possessions that are irreplaceable, consider this. Each year, over 65,000 American homes suffer a fire due to an electrical problem. Are our possessions safe? To know for sure, call Crosby Electric, your exclusive provider of CurrentSafe, the world's foremost home diagnostic system. Using high-tech equipment, Crosby Electric will check your hidden wiring, panel box, light switches, and electrical outlets to pinpoint potential problems and make sure your things are safe.
Oh, my daughter's second grade art project. I'd die if something happened to this.
Some things can't be replaced by insurance. Don't wait another day. Call 272-2085 for an in-home no-obligation assessment or visit crosbyelectric.com. Don't just think it's safe. Know it's safe.
Now you'll be safe with CurrentSafe.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles. Drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. Makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
Paid for by McGinnis for Alabama, 203 Investment Lane, Summerdale, Alabama, 36580.
Hillary! Hillary! I'm really feeling my pain. I sure could use a 5-point plan right now.
I'm Christina Warner McKinnis, and we all need the 5-point plan for Alabama farms and families. Better food security. They should be able to buy Alabama rotisserie chicken with SNAP benefits, not margarita mix. Guide more farmers to the millions of dollars in grants they deserve. Protect our farmland from China and promote sweet-grown Alabama for tourism. We need more Alabama food on the plates of our schools and home. It's time to tell the politicians in Montgomery, same old is not working for us.
Christina Warner McKinnis for Agriculture.
I haven't asked the big guy yet, but I have a feeling he'll like the plan.
This 5-point plan is huge, very special. And believe me, I know the 5-point plan. And all the other 5-point plans are probably made in China.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
If you're a local business owner doing digital marketing, quick question, are you getting the results you should be? At Blue Water Broadcasting, we see clients every day who thought their digital was working okay until we showed them a more cost-effective way to run their digital. With 7 radio stations and a full suite of digital solutions, we offer everything from search ads and social media to targeted OTT display and more. We don't just run ads, we build strategic campaigns that drive real results. Before you renew another contract, talk to us. Visit BlueWaterBroadcasting.com.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
It's prom night in areas around the River Region and around the country today, so let's ask Siri for some prom night advice.
Here are some signs you shouldn't let your daughter go to the prom with the guy who shows up at your door. When you see him, you immediately tear up. From the contact high. When he introduces himself, he says, "I'm Bobby, but my friends call me Measles McGee." He asks you if you can start the breathalyzer in his car. When you ask when he'll have her back, he says it depends on how drunk I get her. And instead of a corsage, he gives her a non-disclosure agreement.
How about it, Mom? Yeah. We're watching a Tennessee police officer on TV save a family. Let's defund the police because we can't have that.
I mean, that house is on fire, and he's doing all he can do to kick in the front door, which is on fire, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, man. When are we ever going to... I guess we never are going to get these people to reason with us.
No, we have the insane running the asylum at this point.
It sure is.
I mean, and a lot of the things they do... We don't even hold them accountable for anymore. We're just glad it's not worse.
The good news is, those of you who subscribe to David Blackman, I can go to his post today, and they're throwing away whatever chance they had to win the midterms with both hands. Because the Republicans, they finally realized their gonads were gone and have been looking for them and finding them in some cases.
Because we've been having to tell them that.
Yeah.
You are in charge. You can do something now.
They still haven't gotten the SAVE Act through.
That I just can't.
That's
they all
something
should be
that,
thrown out over that.
Exactly. What reason they have, I have a feeling in some cases they don't want to do it because Trump wants it.
Yep, you got that.
And that includes Republicans and Democrats.
I was going to say it's both parties. Both parties.
But the numbers, their midterm prospects, according to David, are collapsing and very hard. We played this video from Camel Toe yesterday. Tell me she's not wasted.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me she's not wasted. She just looks...
Well, not only that, you can't tell me they've got nothing else better than her as a placeholder right now?
And the worst part is, not only does she look hammered in this, everything she's talking about involves subverting...
Yep.
You know, the Electoral College, well, we got to get rid of that, and we got to do this, and we got to do that.
Everything that's keeping us from winning.
In other words, we have to break the law and violate every rule in the Constitution to accomplish this stuff. And I'm just tired of it. We've got to neutralize these red states from cheating. That's the comedy line of the year.
Yeah.
Well, they always accuse their opponents of what they themselves do.
Yep. That
every
is,
time.
Yes, you are correct. That process is called mirroring.
Yes.
And it's one of those things, you've heard this, Terry. You point your finger this way, there are three pointing back at you.
Mm-hmm.
But fortunately, they have such a brain-dead constituency. They, well, I don't know. You know, she got a point. Abolish the Electoral College, pack the Supreme Court, like Roosevelt did. He was a Democrat, too, by the way.
Oh, boy, howdy, wasn't he?
And making Puerto Rico and D.C. states. Puerto Rico doesn't want to be a state.
No, it doesn't.
And D.C. needs to go back to its original design, so a chunk of it falls into Virginia. Stop with the nonsense, get it done, and we can breathe a little bit easier.
Well, the whole Puerto Rico thing, the big reason they want it to be a state, they know it will be a blue state.
Of course. Absolutely. That is the only reason. But not even Puerto Rico wants to be a state. They
right.
Kind of like
they how many times have they said we don't want it?
Yeah. Leave us alone.
Yeah.
Just leave us
Keep
alone.
taking your money, but we don't want to be a state.
But nowhere in Kamala's, I'm going to try and find the clip from yesterday. Nowhere does Kamala offer something that might be recognized as an idea, a new idea.
They don't have anything new.
No, they don't. They absolutely don't. It's the same old, same old. I've got to find this clip because she's just as goofy as ever. In my opinion, clearly. Oh, we can also do a hantavirus update from
the hantavirus.
David Thrasher.
Okay.
Our great advocate for a safer Montgomery.
Yes, sir.
In the Medical Hall of Fame for the state of Alabama. Guy who really cares, really gives a damn. He's amazing.
He really is.
So we got lots to talk about, and I'll be curious to know what Terry has been studying over the last week. And
You mentioned Amelia Earhart earlier.
Yes.
Have you been up to speed on what happened to her?
There was an organization called Tiger, T-I-G-H-A-R, and I joined that in the 90s. I underwrote the ship that was out there looking for any evidence as to where her plane, her remains might be. And eventually that became one of those little luxuries I had to give up when things went south in the mid-90s.
You tried while you had.
Tried. They send you a monthly update. And I think recently they've located something that could be the definitive piece of evidence that
a part of the plane, right?
The island is Nicaragua.
Mm-hmm.
So, and clearly there was some navigational issue with her Beechcraft.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it went down. No word on whether she's... Of course, Terry, there were also stories that the Japanese...
They executed her.
Yeah.
According to Chester Nimitz, she was on a mission to spy on the Japanese movements in the Marshall Islands while she was supposedly circumnavigating the globe. And like you said, she had some kind of error in her navigation, and they landed on a reef right outside of the island you just mentioned. The crazy thing is, and In 1937, there were more than 200 sightings of an American male along with an American female in the Marshall Islands. One of the medics admitted treating someone. He described her to a T and said her name sounded something like Amelia.
Oh.
Yeah. So the weird thing is the Navy investigated 120 radio transmissions, people that had ham radios at home.
I remember that.
And they said every one of them was a hoax. They weren't trying to find her because if they found her, they'd have to admit that they sent her on a spying mission. It would be a big... So they threw her under the bus. But here's the thing. A 15-year-old girl named Betty Clank, funny name, St. Petersburg, Florida, she's playing with her family shortwave, and she heard a woman's voice. She started writing down everything she heard. And she heard water's rising, come get us quick. Then she heard a woman say, George, get my suitcase out of the closet. She wrote all this down, and when she finally turned it in, George was the name of Amelia's husband.
Yes.
She had a suitcase in her closet that had her most intimate, private things in, and her and George had always agreed if something happened, he would destroy the suitcase. That was her that the little girl had picked up. But the government said it was a hoax. They threw her under the bus. It's disgusting.
See, this government dishonesty thing isn't that recent.
Oh, God,
it's not.
Pearl Harbor, we knew. We knew the Japanese armada was on its way. The British told us. We knew. But he had to let it happen so we would get into World War II.
Because Roosevelt knew, I mean, we were virulently, and by every poll measure, totally against getting involved in Europe's war or any other war.
80 or 85% of Americans did not want to get involved in that war.
And in the attack on Pearl Harbor, that flipped completely. Everybody wanted revenge.
Yep.
Before we take the break, Eddie, did you try the boudin ball from Smoky
I did do the
Notes?
boudin ball. That was quite tasty with that mint, like a jelly sauce.
Mint
That was
pepper
really
jelly.
good.
It's a great compliment to it. This is a Coneca quesadilla.
Coneca quesadilla.
I love Coneca sauce.
Yes,
I don't love
it's,
Coneca.
On the grill, baby.
On the menu. Well, we're going to eat well this afternoon. Ribs, brisket, chopped brisket, and again, all these different sauces that they sent over. And they may be doing this on Fridays for
Come on,
so we can get acquainted with the
Don't
menu.
threaten me with a good time.
Well, if they're smart, they'll sign up with Greg Udell and let him advertise for them.
Yep.
Oh, I believe that's happening. By the way, we should have some news on Baumhauer's in Millbrook soon.
Hot dog. Let me tell you, man, that 17 Springs, that whole system, we go up there to watch the kids play soccer and baseball. I love it, man. It's got everything you want in there. Every kind of stadium you've got, everything's right there. Then they're going to have restaurants in there, which I think is amazing. And then right across the street, there's a little strip mall. There's like a golf driving range type deal. There's a.
They were on the show
store.
with us this week.
Is
too,
that right?
Or the week before
I
last.
want to do. I've never done.
Young
that.
man owns that thing, and he is really.
I've
something
never
else.
done that, but it seems like it'd be incredibly unique. You can go golfing on a rainy day.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And play virtually any course in the world that you want to.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's reasonably priced. You can buy packages.
Mm-hmm.
And all you do is show up. You get a booth. You know, I forget exactly what they call it, but
Yeah,
that's something I want to try.
that's cool. You can do any course in the world. That's all right.
Yeah, Pebble Beach. You can't do Augusta. The Augusta people are such.
I figured
stiffs.
they won't sell. Yeah, but you know how much money they could. Yeah, they don't need the money, but you know how much money they could make off that.
Tons.
Yes.
So what out there? Our show brought to you in part by Clark's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. This is something you can win, you know, on the morning show just by calling us Monday through Friday between 6 and 9, giving Jay Scott your first name and last initial, and we draw for it on Friday. Today's winner was Melissa P. And she'll get 2 in-home visits from a Clark's Tech. She has priority service guaranteed on any heating, air conditioning, or plumbing issue any time of the day or night. And those tune-ups include leaving your system using minimal energy. So you should see lowered electric costs as well. But the peace of mind that comes with that guarantee of priority services, can't put a price tag on that. And it's always great to have a partner-up company with your car. We love Don Duncan with your AC and your plumbing. We love Clark's. 277-2125. You can also visit clarkcomfort.com. Alabama certification number 09098. Back to Skipper, Blue Water News with Sky. Food and fun coming up.
Well, in the Montgomery area, we're seeing a lot of traffic on East and East South Boulevard. I-85's been busy all day, north and southbound through Montgomery. I-65 north and southbound a bit busy as well this afternoon. And we're seeing a lot of folks out on the road already early. We'll keep it here. We'll keep you updated if any accidents happen. Right now, just busy building afternoon traffic. Davis Store and Sash is your trusted source for quality replacement windows and doors. Save 10% on materials when you mention this ad. Visit Davis Store and SashAlabama.com. Call 334-288-6010. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Bath Innovations. Call Bath Innovations today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. One person was killed and another injured in a Thursday afternoon crash in Montgomery. Police and fire medics responded to a two-vehicle collision at the intersection of Ann Street and I-85 shortly before 4:30 p.m. A man involved in the accident was transported to a nearby hospital where he later died. The other driver sustained minor injuries. The cause of the crash remains under investigation. The city of Wetumpka is partnering with the YMCA to create a Y-Town at its Wetumpka location. The Wetumpka City Council has approved spending up to $20,000 for the project. Each Y-Town is a hands-on replica of a real mini-city where children can explore, role-play, and learn through a variety of themed areas. Montgomery police are investigating a Thursday night shooting in the Midtown area. MPD responded to the 2600 block of Zelda Road around 8:30 where an adult male had been wounded by gunfire. The unidentified victim was transported to an area hospital in serious condition. Suspect and motive remain unknown. No further details were made available. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Bath Innovations of Alabama can replace your old bathtub with a low-step shower featuring built-in seating, secure grab bars, and slip-resistant flooring, often installed in as little as 1 day. Call Bath Innovations of Alabama today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
We all know what the career politicians do when an outsider takes them on. It happened to President Trump. As soon as he started winning, the lies and the desperate attacks started. Now they're going after Jared Hudson because the career politicians know he'll drain the swamp, and he's winning. Jared Hudson is a decorated Navy SEAL sniper. He started a small business to train law enforcement and a nonprofit that fights human traffickers. Jared's a seventh-generation Alabamian, husband and father, running for Senate on the America First platform, securing our elections, deporting criminals, protecting children, and hitting the career politicians where it hurts. Term limits, stock trading bans, and if they don't pass a budget, they don't get paid. No wonder the insiders are scared. Jared Hudson for U.S. Senate. Alabama Conservatives is responsible for the content of this advertising. Paid for by Alabama Conservatives. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.alabamaconservativespac.com.
Alabama weather will never fail to surprise you. Our lawns hardly get a chance to have any downtime. This year, save the hard work and aggravation and call Alabama Lawns, the River Region's leader in weed control and fertilization services. What makes Alabama Lawns the River Region's best? It's the people. They have the experience, education, and commitment to customer satisfaction. Ask your neighbors. Alabama Lawns has been the Montgomery Advertiser's Reader's Choice Award winner 14 years in a row. The Alabama Lawn staff is made up of long-term employees and agronomy graduates, and the staff at Alabama Lawns attend annual continuing education classes. It pays to have someone that knows southern grass types and how to keep them green and flourishing. Call Alabama Lawns today at 272-7171 and let them show you real value in lawn maintenance service. Alabama Lawns, the company with black trucks and green lawns.
Great. A man who's done a fantastic job, Sheriff Matt Gentry. Thank you.
When Alabama families needed protecting, Matt Gentry answered the call. For nearly 30 years as a Marine, a deputy, and now the Sheriff of Coleman County, he's stood between us and danger. Now, Matt is taking that same no-nonsense approach to the Public Service Commission to stand up for Alabama ratepayers and fight back against liberal green energy agendas that threaten our way of life.
From small farms to front porches, people deserve someone that will fight for them. Someone who understands them and understands their struggles. I'm Matt Gentry. I'm asking for your prayers, your support, and your vote for the Public Service Commission.
Because Alabama doesn't need more politics. It needs a sheriff. Paid for by Gentry for PSC. P.O. Box 655, Coleman Avenue, 35056.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of health care you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients. From making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly, to getting to know you and your family's needs, and following up on any questions you may have, Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Alabama needs a fighter for Attorney General, and that's Katherine Robertson. She passed the toughest gang law in the country and made violent criminals serve longer sentences. As Attorney General, she'll stand with President Trump to deport violent illegals. Endorsed by sheriffs from Huntsville to Mobile, Alabama firefighters, and the NRA, Katherine will fight for Alabama families from day one. Tough, tested, conservative. Vote Katherine Robertson for Attorney General on May 19th.
Paid for by Robertson for Attorney General, P.O. Box 530063, Birmingham, Alabama 35253.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got a beautiful mid-May forecast for outdoor activities this weekend. Tonight, mostly clear. Overnight low temperature drops to about 56. Tomorrow, the warming trend continues. Plenty of sunshine on Saturday and Sunday, with a high temperature up to about 87 tomorrow. We'll be teasing 90 degrees on Sunday, and I've got us around 91 on Monday with more sun. Nighttime lows will be in the 60s, and the next chance of widely scattered showers pop up on Tuesday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When the heat hits to the River region, don't wait. If your AC quits, Hands Heating and Air offers same-day service, or your diagnostic charge is free with their Comfort a Day or You Don't Pay guarantee, plus 24/7 service with no overtime charges.
Live, local talk. The River region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Clap for that, you stupid bastard.
Yes, sir. That's presidential right there.
I remember that.
And 81 million people wanted more of that in 2020.
Can't see how.
That's what I hear. We have Melissa on the line. Melissa, good morning. Afternoon.
Afternoon, guys. It's Melissa P., and I've heard my name on here twice today, but I still have not been able to catch what it was for because I was working and on the phone.
Oh, well, guess what?
You're a winner.
You are a winner. You won a $180 value Clark's Club membership.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
It
Yes.
is.
Yeah, you'll like it.
You'll love this, especially coming up this time of year.
So if you get a moment on Monday morning when Jay is here, call the same number, and he'll take your information and come down and pick it up.
Yep.
You're awesome. Thanks, guys.
Hey,
Well,
thank
you're
you,
awesome. We loved your call the other day. That was about, what was it again? The song?
Buttermilk Biscuit.
Buttermilk Biscuits, yeah, by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Cool stuff.
That's it.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Y'all too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Mr. Electric presents the most electrifying story of the day. For service, installation, and upfront pricing, call Mr. Electric at 245-1566. Here with today's high voltage news, it's Greg Budell.
A couple of things involving the realm of health. Number one, on my Facebook page, I have the Dr. David Thrasher take on the hantavirus, since everybody's curious about it. And after going through COVID, nobody wants to go through it again. I don't think they'll ever be able to get us to comply to the level we so stupidly and willingly did.
It's a bioweapon.
Yeah.
Made it in Fort Detrick.
There you go.
Papers are out there.
I urge you to read it. He's one of the most trusted people in my entire life and existence, and he offers a good, well thought out take on how it could impact, if at all, you. That's on my Facebook page. The other part of it, on the health side, is justice finally coming for Dr. Anthony Fauci?
No.
I don't know, Greg. I thought Bill Clinton was bulletproof, but this guy seems to be.
No, they don't eat their own.
Yeah.
Well, I got a clip from Jesse Waters. I'd like to play a little of this.
Okay.
And then we'll discuss it. Ooh.
Little man in a lab coat. Of course. Mm-hmm. Imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Sure did. What are the chances?
Yep.
Can you call in after 4?
Oh, nice.
Oh. How about that?
Good gig if you can get it. Imagine that. Scumbag.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So why is he not in prison?
May well have created COVID.
So the guy who may have funded the pandemic gets to run the investigation into the pandemic?
Yep.
You'd think the other party might want to ask some questions too, right? But Democrats couldn't find the room.
Senator Ruben Gallego, Democrat from Arizona, actually walked by us about 15 minutes ago. He saw the media cameras here, and we couldn't tell if he was joking or trolling or not, but he said, hey, what's going on here? And his staffer said,
Wow.
I don't know, and they walked past us. So he's on that committee. He's not in the room.
Earlier this year, the CIA finally admitted it. COVID most likely came from the Wuhan lab. Only took them 5 years. But there's just one catch. The CIA says they have low confidence in their own answer. So they're pretty sure COVID came from a lab. They're just not sure. Rand Paul says the rest of the agencies are still slow-walking documents, while the same people who got it wrong are telling you to get over it.
Yep.
The good news, Fauci isn't out of the woods yet. AutoPen gave him a pardon, but state prosecutors can still go after him. And the feds are looking into whether to open a criminal case of their own. And they should. 1 million Americans are dead from a virus cooked up in a lab, and someone's got to answer for it.
You know what state is going to lead the charge on that? Florida.
Oh, yeah.
It should.
They should.
Most of the elderly people down there.
The rest of these weak-kneed Republican governors and others that could do this,
not going to.
Ron DeSantis is not going to play around.
Nope.
So even though the statute of limitations expired on some of the things Fauci, on Monday, by the way, on some of the things that Fauci could have been charged with, he is not out of the woods. Just the idea that that little shyster had that kind of power. Everybody, what did Fauci say? You know, he was like the guru. He was the be-all, end-all.
And that's what scares me is how much Trump basically threw him out there and was invested in him.
Well, we all know in the first term, Trump.
Yeah, he wasn't the best judge of character,
or
to say the least.
Wasn't quite yet a believer in the deep state. It was very much out to get him.
From the get-go.
Yeah.
From the get-go.
He let him in. He let him inside.
Because all the bull crap they scared people into agreeing with, like mail-in ballots and stuff, that was all designed to get Trump out of office. I hope he's awake now.
The New England Journal of Medicine, which is, you got to admit, that's
Pretty good one.
Pretty good one. In 2020, they had a paper talking about the virus, the hantavirus, being sequenced at a military facility at Fort Detrick.
We have a call, James.
Can you imagine Donald Trump getting something wrong?
Yes.
Just don't
It
tell
does.
I
me.
mean, like the pushing through of AI and insisting that the states leave it alone for 10 years.
Yeah.
I wonder what's the purpose of that?
Good question.
So maybe in 10 years we're so far down that hole,
Can't get
turn
out.
around.
we can't dig out of it.
Got it.
Yep.
Just like there are those who
You
don't
remind me of
believe
something that actress Demi Moore got roasted in Hollywood for saying,
To me.
AI is here, we should learn to work with it instead of trying to kill it, because it's not going to go away. And she got a ton of grief for that
And she should have.
from them, but she's right. It is here to stay. It's not going away.
It's not going away, but what can any of Demi Moore's supporters do about that?
Nothing really.
And I can't help but see these Jane Fonda moments from people where they just come out and they say the stupidest things that they have no idea what they're talking about, but there's a mic in their face.
Well, they do it because they want to get notoriety. They want to get on the news somehow. They have to. That's why some of them shoplift. They want to
Once you
remain
get somewhere
relevant.
in Hollywood, the hardest part is staying there.
Exactly.
That's just like these out-of-the-way people that call radio programs that are trying to make a name for themselves.
Yeah,
I mean,
trying to push
you
books and
never
stuff,
know
yeah.
what people will do.
That's
yes,
true.
very true. Very true.
You have anybody in mind?
Well, I could.
It's okay, James. You're among fiends. You can
It's all right, buddy.
You know, there's this friend of mine, and he likes to call on here, too. His name is Carlos.
Oh.
You know, and I was watching, what was it, Rio Lobo last night? And there was Carlos' character on there, and he was married to this pretty Conchita. And I tell you who else was on there. I believe the girl's name was Lonnie Anderson.
Oh, Lonnie Anderson, yeah.
Yeah. And
Mrs. Burt Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
yes, and I think maybe that's what has caused me trouble all my life. You know, especially now that I'm in my 60s.
The marriage of Lonnie Anderson and Burt Reynolds?
Well, no. I meant like the character that
you.
John Wayne was playing getting mixed up with Lonnie Anderson.
That's enough to mess you up.
Yeah, I mean, what were they at that particular time? 40 years apart?
Yeah, at least. The Duke.
But that's okay. You
Never
know, if
been
I could
fan.
find some woman with enough money and young enough, and then I could figure that
know
out.
how that works
Yeah,
out.
let me know how that works.
Well, you know. Okay, you know, guys, I actually had a point that I called in here to
You don't remember what it is.
to drop in there, but something besides what we said already. But listening to you guys talk, it just kind of went in and stuck, and then I lost the point. I'm sure it was related to that COVID madness, and I don't even like to use those terms. Madness is what I rather call it. But you know, there are those who are still in the dark.
Oh, yeah. Wearing masks.
Wearing masks, I still see that on the regular.
Just blows
Yeah,
me away.
in the car by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow.
Thank you, James. We got to run. It's 4 o'clock already.
Bye, James.
See you, James.
And I've had so much good food.
You're just over there scarfing down, buddy.
Oh man, it's from a place called Smoky Notes. We thank you for catering our big snack commission on this happy hour, and there's still one more boudin ball.
Okay.
And the Coneca quesadilla, which I'm going to take it for you. I have an idea already what my final word on the show will be today.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah. Hey, our thanks to Montgomery Paint and Body. Remember, they sponsored the Idiocracy, which returns on Monday with David Blackman. MPB on the Boulevard at Shirley Lane with over 4 decades of excellence. Saw Donnie Turner, Rich and I had a chance to talk to him, stop by the radio station.
How's he doing, Greg?
He's the guy cannot stop
Indestructible.
working.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good. That's good for him.
I think I have a pretty good work ethic. You guys too. I know you're not slouchers. This man puts everybody to shame. But when you've got a big team of people at a place like MPB, he sets the example.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they get that excellent result on each and every car they take in. If your car needs to be repaired from whatever caused the damage, 27-REC with a W for MPB. Please mention you heard about him here on News Talk. So we start with traffic. We've got Salem Radio Network News a couple of minutes away.
Well, so far, so good out there this afternoon. We're seeing a lot of cars on I-65 and 85. Boulevards are busy, especially east and east-south Boulevard. 231 to Wetumpka, Troy Highway, 331, Highway 80 busy and building, as well as Highway 31 to Prattville. Please be safe out there. No issues at the moment. We'll keep you updated. If you have less than perfect credit, McKenna Nissan may have just the plan for you. Talk to David Martin, and he'll do everything possible to have you driving today. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting?
Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Dinner doesn't have to be heavy to be satisfying. The $15.99 small plates at Epicure and Jack's Tavern come with bottomless sides. Yes, bottomless. Perfect portions, scratch-made flavors, and the flexibility to dine exactly how you want. Epicure and Jack's Tavern. Thoughtful plates, generous hospitality. You'll taste the difference.
Hey Biscuits fans, the 2026 season at Davos Park is packed with fun all summer long. Don't miss exciting giveaways, theme nights, and spectacular Max fireworks shows throughout the year. Enjoy weekly favorites like tacos and tallboys on Tuesdays, 334 nights on Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, and family-friendly Sundays with Bark in the Park and Low Crumbs giveaways. Plus, special events, community nights, and more make every game unique. For tickets and more information, visit biscuitsbaseball.com or call the box office at 323-BALL.
It's May 15th, the greatest day ever. On the 15th of May, 1905, the city of Las Vegas, Nevada was founded when an Elvis impersonator constructed the first building, a wedding chapel, and presided over the city's first marriage.
We're gathered here today to celebrate the wedding of this drunk guy and this exotic dancer.
Have a great May 15th, the greatest day ever.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump says American aircraft maker Boeing has a deal to sell at least 200 planes to China. That's among the revelations he shared with reporters today on his way back from the three-day visit to Beijing. The president says China reserved the right to buy as many as 750 Boeing aircraft. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster has called his legislature into a special session to discuss congressional redistricting that makes the Palmetto State now the latest front in the nationwide redistricting battle, which could determine the outcome of the 2026 midterm elections. U.S. stock market fell from its record highs and joined in a worldwide drop for stocks today as higher oil prices sent a shiver through the bond market. Technology stocks led the market lower, especially some top AI stocks that had shot so high that many critics had said that they may have been overvalued. More on these stories at srnnews.com.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
Dang, I forgot the wakeboard. How am I supposed to enjoy myself without my favorite water activity? I mean, sure, we could still go tubing, fishing, or even just relax on a floaty, but without the wakeboard, what's the point?
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
I used to do celebrities smoking pot, and the way it was written was I was back in my fort when I was in high school. They would pass it to me, and I would do like,
do one for us. You have to now. I didn't.
Oh God, I have to remember this bit. This is celebrity smoking pot. It was written in like the 70s, so it was like Jimmy Carter. Yeah, that's damn good reefer. That was the whole bit was all. Everybody was Nixon. That's really good weed. You know,
I love this.
The whole bit. I can't believe I'm doing it. I'm
Give
trying
me
to remember.
more. Give me more.
Here you go, Curly. Why, certainly. I can't believe I'm doing this act. I'm not be doing. I'm trying to recreate this.
See,
Walter Brennan.
Weeds make it.
It's damn good reefer. Yeah, the bud's on fire. The bud's on fire. Mr. Haney from Green Acres. I did them all.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Mr. Douglas, have I got a deal for you? A genuine imitation fur-lined battery run bong for your smoking pleasure.
I cannot believe I'm doing that.
Mr. Haney.
Now, I still do in my act, though. I do Barney Fife.
Boom! What do you call that right there? The forbidden fruit.
But I do all the characters of Mayberry in the show, except for Howard Sprague. I can pull him. I used to do him smoking pot. Remember him, the town clerk?
Sure.
Bow
Yeah,
tie?
bow tie. Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Gee, Andy, fire up a fatty.
I can't believe you're laughing at this. I should put it back in.
Pot's making a big comeback.
This is the biggest laughs I've got all day.
Pot is making a huge comeback. You got to do it. Craig Shoemaker.
I'm going to drop the Love Master and put in the pot
Do
repeat
you do
again.
Floyd the Barber, too?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Do you do MP?
Yeah. Andy, there are seeds in my marijuana.
Craig Schumacher. And by the way, Friday is request.
That's right.
Some of your favorite bits if you need a laugh, some stand-up, whatever. 272-9228 here in the 334. We're all trying to figure out what's going on with the phones.
Here lately, they've been dying off.
Well, I'm wondering if there's a problem somewhere. We've had that happen before,
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that's true.
But how can we ask people to report it if they can't call in and tell us about it?
This is true.
Facebook Messenger works. I saw a headline this morning that cracked me up.
Yeah?
Because first of all, and David Blackman's done this at great length, detailing the $23 billion wasted for that. I mean, a project that was only supposed to cost a couple of $1 billion for 180 miles of high-speed rail.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Connecting San Francisco and L.A. That might be a good idea out there. I really don't know. But so far, after $23 billion, in other words, 10 times what they originally thought it would cost, they have 30 miles, no high-speed rail, and it goes nowhere.
Gee, I wonder where all the money went, Greg.
Well, it just hasn't worked out, Terry. So guess what their new idea is? And since you're in the world of wheels,
I am scared to ask.
California is now studying high-speed buses. See, that's how I reacted when I saw that. I thought this got to be a joke.
It's a new grift. It's a new grift, man.
High-speed buses that reach 140 miles an hour on the freeway. Now, I ask you,
you're kidding.
If the cars are going 70...
that's a death sentence. That's crazy.
It is, but this is California.
That's true.
Long distance travel by bus can become an attractive and affordable way to go between California metro areas.
Thank you both.
Well, sure.
The San Francisco-LA trip could take 3 hours and 12 minutes at 120 miles an hour. But how do you do that when everybody else is going half that speed?
And you got to make stops like every couple miles, don't you? So somebody else can get on the bus? Do you ever really get up to speed?
I don't know about you. Now, I've been on trains many times.
I love the
doing
trains.
75 or 80.
Yeah.
But you feel, and by the way, the real high-speed trains that they use in Europe, they use magnets.
Yeah.
To keep them on the rails.
Yep. Yeah.
They don't derail over there.
No.
Buses on rubber tires at 140 miles an hour?
I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
No.
They're nuts. But what's the proposed cost of this genius idea? High-speed buses on freeways.
That's insane.
Okay, I have been on it when we were with Hyundai. They took us to Korea, and they put us on a bus and took us around one of their test tracks. And it was built on the base of Talladega.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's a pink line at the very top of that track. I believe it was pink. And if you went above that pink line, you had to be able to go over 100 miles an hour. So we were able to do that in the bus, which was great.
Yeah.
You know, most people were screaming, but we were loving it. But the cars were passing underneath us. Yeah. So you're looking out your right window, and you're looking down at the ground, and cars are coming by. Now, it was hard for that bus to maintain a little over 100 on a closed track. I can't imagine on the interstate, you know, he coming down, and people coming in and out of traffic, and you're in the 140-mile-an-hour bus.
No. If they had a designated road specifically for the bus, I could see it working. That's
what it would take. But then we're back on the railroad, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. Why not just finish the dadgum railroad you started?
Just when you think you've heard the dumbest possible idea.
Look at us. Look at 331. It was supposed to have been 4-lane 25 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, what is that? They still haven't finished that outer loop.
The money's gone.
Money's gone. Money got spent.
Really?
Shocker.
Yeah, and then big shock.
So it's only partially used, right?
Yeah, well, for the longest time, and even now, you'll drive around some of the what are going to be entrance ramps and exit ramps, and there's just mounds of dirt out there.
Yeah.
It looks like a great motorcycle track.
Yep. Make a good motocross track.
Yep.
Government.
There you go.
They do such a great job
Yeah, they do.
on everything. If we get to talk to Jay Quellen later, we're going to be asking her questions about now in the dissolution or the separation of property and who gets what.
Mm-hmm.
The Netflix password has become one of the bigger arguing points.
Yep, I bet so.
The car, the dog, and the Netflix password.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can touch base with her, we'll find out about it. And I don't even, I know Joey's big into Bitcoin. I don't trust it. I think at some point it's going to collapse.
Sure it is.
And cost a lot of people a ton of money.
Of course.
But here's a guy who bought Bitcoin long ago.
Mm-hmm.
It grew to a value of $400,000, but he made the mistake of setting up his account with a password
There
while
you
he
go.
was wasted.
Yep.
Oh, no, and he can't
Yep,
remember
can't figure it
what
out.
is.
It took him 11 years. No, he's got 400 grand, but the only way I'm ever going to get it is to remember the original password. Here's the worst part. He used Anthropic's AI chatbot to figure it out.
Okay.
So if AI chatbots can figure out your password that you can't remember, what about somebody else's?
Easy. No problem.
By the way, the password, I don't have the whole thing, but the first 6 components of the password were LOL 420. So
Gee.
that'll give you a clue as to what
I
he
think he's a bit of a stoner.
$400,000. Here's a good password idea.
What an idiot.
Yeah, but for AI to figure that out, I wonder what kind of prompts did where the AI finally said, "I'm just dealing with a stoner here. Let's just get to the basics."
Hey, that clip I told you about Kamala.
Yeah, you find it?
Now notice this is her. As the Democrats watch their midterm chances literally evaporate, Georgia finally said they're going to get off their ass and redistrict.
Really?
That's a fight.
That's going to get some real losers out of Congress.
Mm-hmm.
And the Senate, we know they cheated. When
Oh,
Tommy
yeah,
Tuberville
Tom.
says, there's about 6 people in this chamber that were illegitimately elected. I know he's talking about the 2 in Georgia.
Yep. Aren't you going to share it?
Yes, I am, by clicking this first, and then this. Kamala, who you tell me, I'm pretty sure that she had a blood alcohol level going on when she cut this piece of crap.
Say, look, this is a moment where there are no bad ideas. A no bad idea brainstorm is what I'd like to call it.
And you're going to change that with your mouth open.
And in that no bad ideas brainstorm, we talk about what we need to do and think about doing around the Electoral College. We talk about the idea of Supreme Court reform, which includes expanding the Supreme Court. We invite a conversation about multi-members districts. We talk about, look, that if we win the Senate, which we should and we will, then the Senate Judiciary Committee should have rules that they put in place so when these people come before as nominees to the Supreme Court and lie, that they are held to account and consequence. Not just that somebody goes on cable news and says they lied, but that there are rules in place to actually penalize people for lying to a Senate Judiciary Committee.
Yeah.
That we agree that it is right to have ethics rules for Supreme Court justices.
By the way, her latest presidential approval for 28, 13%.
That's high.
And even then, I got to believe 50% is padded on for BS.
That's the good news. The bad news is AOC is currently the leader in the low 20s somewhere. There's no real clear cut.
And let's put those in place. Let's talk about statehood for Puerto Rico and D.C. These are the things I think that we've got to do. We've got to neutralize these red states from cheating, including blue states expanding their maps. And all of this, I think, is look, we got to fight fire with fire. These folks are playing to win. We got to play to win, too. Say, look, this is a moment where
I just don't understand how people can get behind her and genuinely take her seriously as if she's really doing something for you.
TDS makes any other candidate look like a freaking genius.
I guess.
Well, what scares me is they're like a wounded animal, knowing that they have very little chance. So there's no telling what they're going to do. What they're how
nothing to lose, really.
It.
Who's
They're
that
gonna
guy,
do
that Piker guy, Nathan Piker something? He's a real radical. And he's already calling for violence this summer.
Yeah. Oh, great.
So it's just a matter of what incident they're going to use.
Well, just remember the conservatives were the ones that believe in have guns. They don't.
This is true, but they believe in magical pallets of bricks that show up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's true.
Click your heels together.
Yeah, bring that to the South. Y'all come on
I
down.
wish they would, buddy.
I do too, sometimes.
We have traffic and weather together here in just a moment. Dana Delk and Jacqueline Tomlinson are two people best equipped to handle a life crisis, to take it from you, plot the path to better days so you can focus on your life. Sometimes we try to manage things on our own and we manage them into something far worse.
Yeah.
The important thing is, whether it's you or someone you know, give them this number, 819-4810, so they can consult with Dana and Jacqueline. And meet two people who not only have the legal wisdom, that's readily evident, but that fire in the eye, that look in the eye that says, all right, we got this. We got this. Here's where you're at. Here's where you want to be. Here's how we're going to get there. Now you go to work and have a good day. We're going to do our jobs. They've done this for hundreds of people.
Turn it over.
Hundreds of cases of experience. And but it's that legal leadership that really makes the difference, because it's not just you have to believe the words, you get to believe the people, because they've done it. They've got the track record. So if not you, when life hits you with a lemon, make some lemonade by calling 819-4810 in the 334. 819-4810, or visit this web address to see all their services in family law, including wills, adoptions, and more. The AlabamaFamilyLawyers.com for Delk and Tomlinson, attorneys at law.
The representation is made that the quality of legal services performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
All right, Skipper's got your latest road information. Rich's weather next.
Well, if you are on Vaughn Road at Palmetto, that is near the Catholic school in the vicinity of Ida Bell Young Park and Shakespeare Festival, we have an accident there. Please watch out for emergency vehicles. Around Montgomery, busy building traffic this afternoon everywhere. Please keep it here. We'll keep you updated. Really beginning to get a lot of folks out on the road. Come by Thompson Tractor in Montgomery and check out their incredible selection of used equipment at their used equipment sales center. See the machines that get the big jobs done. Thompson Tractor off I-85 just past Chantilly Parkway. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by M&M Outdoors. Book your stay today at MNMCampground.com for relaxation at its best. It's easy to find and hard to leave. M&M Outdoors, your home away from home.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got a beautiful mid-May forecast for outdoor activities this weekend. Tonight, mostly clear. Overnight low temperature drops to about 56. Tomorrow, the warming trend continues. Plenty of sunshine on Saturday and Sunday, with a high temperature up to about 87 tomorrow. We'll be teasing 90 degrees on Sunday, and I've got us around 91 on Monday with more sun. Nighttime lows will be in the 60s, and the next chance of widely scattered showers pop up on Tuesday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughn Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
This May 19th, vote for Jim Ziegler for Alabama Public Service Commission. Jim knows what to do.
Alabama has been targeted by massive data centers and solar farms. They can ruin your community and drive your electric bills up. No one in Montgomery is overseeing this. I'm Jim Ziegler, and I will serve as your watchman on the Public Service Commission.
Jim Ziegler knows how the Alabama Public Service Commission works, and and he knows how to make it work for Alabama families.
I'm Jim Ziegler, the Watchman. I've been traveling the state listening to the voters and your problem. Your power bill is too high. When I'm elected to the Public Service Commission, I will fight to lower your power bills. Vote for me, Jim Ziegler, the Watchman for PSC.
On May 19th, vote for Jim Ziegler for Alabama Public Service Commission. Paid by Jim Ziegler Campaign, 3071 Teal Court, Mobile, Alabama.
Dewan Walker has been an Alabama Power customer since 1999.
We're being squeezed on every side. We hear about Alabama Power freezing their rates. That's the best news we can get. Alabama Power rate freeze will provide real relief for Alabama working families. Alabama Power is protecting their customers by making data centers pay their full costs. It makes me feel at peace. Alabama Power is really stepping up and doing what's right for customers.
Trust Montgomery's glass experts to provide you with fast and convenient service when and where you need it. Find out how affordable independent glass can be. Free estimates on storefronts, shower doors, furniture tops, plate glass window glass, plexiglass, custom beveled mirrors, residential or commercial services. You come to them or Independent Glass will come to you. Call Independent Glass 263-2823, 263-2823, or stop by 2047 Bell Street near the entrance to Maxwell. Independent Glass.
Paid for by McGinnis for Alabama, 203 Investment Lane, Summerdale, Alabama, 36580.
Hillary! Hillary! I'm really feeling my pain. I sure could use a 5-point plan right now.
I'm Christina Warner McInnes, and we all need the 5-point plan for Alabama farms and families. Better food security. They should be able to buy Alabama rotisserie chicken with SNAP benefits, not margarita mix. Guide more farmers to the millions of dollars in grants they deserve. Protect our farmland from China and promote sweet-grown Alabama for tourism. We need more Alabama food on the plates of our schools and home. It's time to tell the politicians in Montgomery, same old is not working for us.
Christina Warner McInnes for Agriculture.
I haven't asked the big guy yet, but I have a feeling he'll like the plan.
This 5-point plan is huge, very special, and believe me, I know the 5-point plan. And all the other 5-point plans are horrible, probably made in China.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
I think we've caught up on all the requests, but we have time for more on this Friday afternoon. Greg Udell, Eddie Bader, and the much beloved and glorious Prime Minister of Playtime, Terry Adams. What are some of the things, Terry, you're always taking a deeper dive on stuff. You were the first to bring so many things to our attention. Going back to when we first started talking about JFK.
Yeah. I probably watched every documentary there is on JFK, and I think Tex Mars said it best. We know what happened to JFK. Our own government murdered him, but the only question is exactly how they did it and who pulled the trigger. It really doesn't matter.
Well, can I ask kind of a silly question I heard the other day? And I like to think I know something about it, but every time I read something else, it's something news to me.
Well, Eddie, the more you learn, the more you'll know how much you don't know.
Well, it's just so... It seems like it's all confusion.
Yes.
So there was a thing the other day I heard where it was the driver who shot him, and the driver had admitted to it.
William Greer.
I'd never heard of this. This was a new one to me.
That's what Bill Cooper said. William Cooper, who was one of my heroes. I love Bill. We loved Bill Cooper. He was his father was an admiral. He was in the Office of Naval Intelligence. So when I was a riverboat captain in Vietnam, he was a truth seeker.
Okay.
He said that.
Still waiting for an explanation. That limo.
It stopped.
Did they? And the guy lost his balance. He was standing up as protocol with the gun, and then it stopped abruptly, and the weight may have caused him to pull the trigger.
Well, that's
what was the limo that they had the bullet hole in the window that they flew to Detroit
immediately
from Dallas?
Yes.
Or after they got JFK back, they took it to Detroit to get the windshield replaced, and nobody's ever explained that bullet hole. How did they get there?
Why would that be such of importance to get done immediately? I would think immediately you would say, okay, this car is going to be a memorabilia piece from here on out. Don't touch it.
Well, it's more important that we not find out exactly what happened, and that's why they took care of the evidence that the car was holding, because they didn't want us to know that there were at least 3 teams and probably 6 or 7 shots ultimately fired at Kennedy.
Watched 3/4 of not a documentary movie called The Report. This one's more focused on the things that CIA did in Iraq.
Oh, God. Raided the museums right off the
Yeah,
bat.
buddy.
Oh, and of course it takes a dive into the torture, and they're becoming aware of this. And I suggested it this morning to people who hear the term deep state and don't know what it means. When you watch this movie, you'll realize how many layers of secret agencies doing secret things.
And it's need-to-know basis.
The left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing.
Right.
No, and
On purpose.
they're farming so much of it out because the contractors, you don't have Freedom of Information Act.
Correct.
But the government, you do. So we can ask them, hey, we want to know what happened here. Well, if they farmed it out to somebody else, we'll never know.
Never know.
Then you got special access programs, targeted individuals. There's all kind of stuff going on.
And of course, the young man who is the star investigator in this keeps coming across this and is running into wall after wall. In fact, this is kind of funny in a way. Annette Bening plays Dianne Feinstein because it was her committee that was investigating all this.
She was a witch.
Oof.
Is that right?
I got news for you. Annette Bening flattered her enormously.
Is that right?
As a choice to play her.
She's a pretty woman. Annette Bening is
Yo,
beautiful.
Annette was
no, she
gorgeous.
is.
Absolutely.
So
she's a nice-looking broad, Greg.
we love the dames on
Yeah,
the
I
show.
love that dame. She's a good-looking
That's
broad.
why we have so many chicks listening to this.
That's right.
Because I respect for women.
That's right.
I hope you know we're kidding, friends.
Yeah,
We're not really this way. Here's a quote that I'd like to share with everybody.
All right, what you got?
And this plays into the kinds of things we like to cover on Friday. We now live in a nation where doctors destroy health, lawyers destroy justice, universities destroy knowledge, governments destroy freedom, the press destroys information, religion destroys morals, and our banks destroy the economy.
Amen.
That's the truth.
It's absolutely right. And, you know, I hate religion.
It's Chris Hedges said.
I think you have to draw a distinction between religion and spirituality. I believe in God. I have a personal relationship with Christ, but I do not like religion. Anytime man gets involved in the relationship between man and his creator, problems every time.
Inevitable. Here's a call. Good afternoon. Who's this?
Yes, what was the name of that movie you were talking about with the deep state?
The Report.
the report. Thank you so much. I'm going to look for it.
Please. It's interesting on a lot of different levels, but it's all based on things that happened post 9/11 and through the capture of bin Laden and what we did or did not do in Iraq with enhanced interrogation techniques.
Waterboarding.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, a lot of the men that were put through that had nothing. They
had nothing to tell.
And some of the things we did were pretty awful.
Well,
some died.
You mentioned 9/11. Let me ask you something. When a huge, over 100-story building falls, which way does it fall? Which way would it fall? Buildings have always followed the path of least resistance, which is air. It's going to topple. They didn't topple. They fell
straight down
in the path of most resistance, which is impossible unless there were explosives used.
I have looked into that. I've watched a ton of stuff on it, and I remain convinced to today, open-minded, that the temperature that's achieved by the melting aluminum skin of the aircraft did reach temperatures hot enough to soften the steel support in the center of the building. But Building 7, that's another story.
Oh, no, they knew it was coming down.
I remember they were talking about that. That's probably going to fall right around 5. Like, how do you know that?
Exactly.
Well, we have the guy admitted, the guy who actually leased the World Trade Center, the first time in the history of it had been leased, a guy named Larry Silverstein, admitted that he talked to the police chief and said, well, there's been so much loss, just go ahead and pull it, Building 7, pull it, which is an demolition term for exploded building.
Yeah.
He admitted it.
Yeah.
And they did clear that area.
Of course, they did. And you had the firefighters going, y'all stand back, that building's going to come down. And they brought it down. They asked NIST, did you find any explosive residue? And NIST said, oh, no. Then somebody had
Good
enough
chunk of
sense.
that building was destroyed by the collapse of Tower 2. As that debris came down earlier in the day,
It's 300 feet away, yeah.
It still put a big hole in the middle of it. Didn't knock it down.
Well, thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Thank
No.
you.
Listen, if you watch the movie, will you call me next week and let me know what you thought?
100%. I travel for work, so I'm going to be out in South Carolina, so I will call you and let you know.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, have a great day, guys.
You too. Speaking of movies,
I didn't know you were still on.
I believe the movie Maven will be joining us at some point today. At least there's a weird new movie out.
She was talking about one the other day with Sally Fields in it.
Oh my God! This movie you got to see.
Is it good, Greg?
Remarkably Bright Creatures.
Yes.
It's a really great movie.
Okay.
And my new favorite actor is Alfred Molina. I loved him in a series called Three Pines. Have you
Yes,
seen?
I've seen that.
Some ending on that series.
Yes.
Huh? He plays the voice of an octopus.
Okay.
Now this is not a fantasy, so to speak. Just watch it. It's good.
Well, I've heard good things about it, and then she put it out there the other day on the Movie Maven page.
Sally Field stars in this. She's 79 years old. Plays a really interesting character. Bill Pullum's son plays a young man who ends up in the middle of all the stuff that's going on. It's just a great story.
Okay.
It's about life.
Good.
And love.
Well, you got to like that, man.
And I'm honestly shocked they didn't give this movie a run in the theaters because it's something families could have gone and seen.
Really?
Yeah, easily.
Interesting.
Look at this. We're at 4:38 already. We're going to check traffic. We've got 1819 news to come, and then we're back.
Well, if you are on Vaughn Road at Palmetto, that is near the Catholic school in the vicinity of Ida Bell Young Park and Shakespeare Festival, we have an accident there. Please watch out for emergency vehicles. Around Montgomery, busy building traffic this afternoon everywhere. Please keep it here. We'll keep you updated. Really beginning to get a lot of folks out on the road. Come by Thompson Tractor in Montgomery and check out their incredible selection of used equipment at their used equipment sales center. See the machines that get the big jobs done. Thompson Tractor off I-85 just past Chantilly Parkway. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
1819 News.
The results of academic testing for Alabama public school students in 2025 have now been released. The Alabama Department of Education says that there were improvements in these scores compared to 2024. The first metric to see improvement was the graduation rate for high school students. That went up from 91% to 92%. The second metric was an increase in college and career readiness standards, which involved the ACT testing and other criteria. That went up from 87% to 90%. There was, however, a slight decrease in the literacy testing scores for third grade students. That went down less than a percent point, with 88% of students meeting or exceeding the cutoff score for literacy competency. Alabama School Superintendent Dr. Eric Mackey called it an unchanged score statistically speaking, and he says that future testing in 2027 will see another decrease in percentages since the cutoff score is going to be increased by 10 points. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Are you enjoying 1819 News? If so, consider joining 1819 News as a member. As a nonprofit news organization, we depend on the support of Alabamians like you. Memberships start out as little as $5 a month, and you'll get access to exclusive content only offered to our members. You'll be supporting independent journalism done by people who cherish Alabama values. Become a member today by visiting 1819news.com and clicking Become a Member. That's 1819news.com and click Become a Member today.
Healthcare employees who have been working within the Alabama Department of Corrections to help prison inmates have not received a paycheck for the second week in a row. This comes after the Tennessee company they work for has filed for bankruptcy. YesCare has a $1 billion contract with the ADOC to provide this prison health care. WSFA News reports that YesCare also has almost 200 Alabama-based creditors on top of the healthcare workers who have not yet been paid. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him. But nothing prepared him for the fight against low T and ED. Shane practically hunched him over. On pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Montgomery Men's Health said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Montgomery Men's Health was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual urologist and providers that take the time to listen. With low T and ED treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. Your consultation is only $99, including blood work. And you know your T level before you leave. Montgomery Men's Health. Making it happen.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
Alabama needs a fighter for Attorney General, and that's Katherine Robertson. She passed the toughest gang law in the country and made violent criminals serve longer sentences. As Attorney General, she'll stand with President Trump to deport violent illegals. Endorsed by sheriffs from Huntsville to Mobile, Alabama firefighters, and the NRA, Katherine will fight for Alabama families from day one. Tough, tested, conservative. Vote Katherine Robertson for Attorney General on May 19th.
Paid for by Robertson for Attorney General, P.O. Box 530063, Birmingham, Alabama 35253.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. The 5 things to do when you're considering selling your home. Number 1, get a realtor to evaluate your home, and that will make suggestions on updates needed for your home, painting suggestions, and staging tips to highlight your home. Number 2, along with the evaluation of the house, you need an updated market analysis that compares your house to other houses for sale and those that have sold. Number 3, do a walk around your own home to see what you could do to improve the curb appeal to potential buyers. Since research tells us that 8 out of 10 home buyers choose the house that they view based on the curb appeal of the home. Number 4, review online the houses that have sold in your neighborhood to see how yours compares with the ones that buyers have chosen. Number 5, if possible, use a CRS certified realtor in your marketplace. For other details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221 551-2883 or 551-0225.
A man who's done a fantastic job, Sheriff Matt Gentry. Thank you.
When Alabama families needed protecting, Matt Gentry answered the call. For nearly 30 years as a Marine, a deputy, and now the Sheriff of Coleman County, he's stood between us and danger. Now, Matt is taking that same no-nonsense approach to the Public Service Commission to stand up for Alabama ratepayers and fight back against liberal green energy agendas that threaten our way of life.
From small farms to front porches, people deserve someone that will fight for them, someone who understands them and understands their struggles. I'm Matt Gentry. I'm asking for your prayers, your support, and your vote for the Public Service Commission.
Because Alabama doesn't need more politics. It needs a sheriff. Paid for by Gentry for PSC. P.O. Box 655, Coleman Avenue, 35056.
Attention River Region business owners. Local counties are now inspecting and enforcing backflow prevention requirements. Headley Plumbing is fully certified to install, repair, and test backflow preventers, helping you stay compliant and avoid costly violations. We've been serving the River Region for decades with dependable professional service you can trust. No membership, no contract, just fair, reliable service. Call Headley Plumbing at 285-3667 or visit headleyplumbing.com. In our business, a flush beats a full house.
Headley Metal Buildings has been your source for quality metal buildings in the River Region since 2007. Carports up to 24 feet wide, RV covers, storage buildings, even a sturdy metal barn up to 54 feet wide. Your structure can be customized, installed on level ground, and comes with a 20-year warranty. Let Headley Metal Buildings help you find the perfect solution. Financing available. Call 285-3667 for details or find Headley Metal Buildings on Facebook.
Let's listen for Joey.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got a beautiful mid-May forecast for outdoor activities this weekend. Tonight, mostly clear. Overnight low temperature drops to about 56. Tomorrow, the warming trend continues. Plenty of sunshine on Saturday and Sunday with a high temperature up to about 87 tomorrow. We'll be teasing 90 degrees on Sunday, and I've got us around 91 on Monday with more sun. Nighttime lows will be in the 60s, and the next chance of widely scattered showers pop up on Tuesday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Who is gonna take this back to 2020? HANTAMOUSE. He'll make us mask up again to shop for groceries. HANTAMOUSE. Hand-to-mouth makes you sick. Hand-to-mouth. All virus. Everyone needs to stay away from mice. Mice. Good luck getting everybody back in quarantine. HANTAMOUSE.
God. I mean, first of all, if you want the reasoned take and an explanation of what hantavirus is, go to my Facebook page, and there's a post that I pasted in from Dr. David Thrasher, who is a Hall of Fame physician, surgeon, who truly care. I mean, we've seen his activism towards making Montgomery safe and challenging the current city administration to tell the truth.
And I'm glad he does.
Yeah, he's been amazing. But in that same sense, this is a genuine and sincere take on hantavirus, so you'll have information you can trust.
Now, do you know, is that the same cause of death of Gene Hackman's wife? I didn't know if it was or not.
It did start with field mice in the southwestern U.S.
Yeah.
But I have not heard it connected to her death. But again, there's some weird things about that have never really been fully explained. Both of them.
Yeah, the tunnel under their house.
Yeah, that's
kind of went away.
Yeah.
That whole
Imagine
story.
that.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys hear, and Terry, you might have known this, Greg Biffle, unfortunately, passed away. Been a little bit less than a year with a plane crash.
Yeah.
Within, I think they said within a week of his plane crash, organized burglars broke into his house and stole cash.
Mm-hmm.
Stole everything you can imagine from his businesses.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then they, I don't know if they've arrested people yet, but the beginning theory was the people were on camera. They knew a lot of these people. These were people in their own circle. They came back and robbed them.
Ghouls.
Wow.
Those are real ghouls.
That is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Go to a dead friend's house and help yourself.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did. With they show them walk around the house, no shame, no nothing.
Yeah. That's sadly the world we live in.
Yeah,
it is.
Where's my?
I don't know.
What you looking for? His.
He doesn't even know what I'm looking for, and Terry already said I don't know.
I don't have it.
From the Smoky Note restaurant.
Oh, the menu?
Yeah.
What'd you do with it?
I don't know.
I don't have it.
It ain't me.
Well, the Big Snack Commission meets today, and they fed us some really
delicious.
Oh God, it's good, and looks like I'll be taking that Conecuh quesadilla.
Looks like that you got that left,
and that big hunk of brisket,
and
those ribs.
Somebody's got to.
And look at this box has 2, 4, 6.
Dude, you got like 30 sauces over there.
Yeah, they have unbelievable sauces. But that chili peppercorn went really well.
What with the boudin ball?
The boudin ball.
I look forward to visiting this place for sure.
It's where the old It'll Do Tavern used to be, but they have redone the interior. Really nice, welcoming, and these are two really nice people.
Love it.
Welcoming them to News Talk.
Love it.
And they're open. Stop by for dinner tonight if you get a chance. Now, your end of the Big Snack Commission on Friday is the sweet stuff. So
Yes.
what did you bring?
So today I went by, I believe it was one of the freshest of markets here location in town, and I got a cheesecake cannoli. They had all kinds of them on special, and I couldn't make it past them, Greg. I had cookies in one hand. I had other things in other. I couldn't make it past these cheesecake cannolis.
I get
Let me just hold that up.
They
to the
just
camera.
look. In fact, after we put it out there, Lynn reached out and wanted to know where we got them from. So Terry, you might be on the hook for one.
I'm fine with that.
They are amazing. They are amazing. I will say they don't hold up to the hot food we got though.
Well, hey, what a perfect palate cleanser.
Yes.
I never got a chance to look at the what they have for dessert at the Smoky Note.
What, you eat the menu?
Uh-oh, it got too close.
I'm embarrassed. Did I throw it away? Did it get absorbed into what? Because by the time Friday rolls around, I have multiple piles. By the way,
you got piles.
I have confirmation the movie Maven will join us.
All right.
And there is a, here it is.
Told you I didn't have it.
Shut up, Eddie. Brian and Becky, owners of the Smoky Note. If you like brisket, they got it all. Turkey.
What about desserts?
Yeah, what they got in the dessert department?
Oh,
that's important.
Strawberry swirl cheesecake.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And warm banana pudding.
I love warm banana.
Love banana pudding.
When it's
Great
warm.
sides. Oh, and one of the things that that I got to try today, it's one of the few places you can go anywhere and get cabbage.
Oh, really? They have them?
With Conecuh.
Conecuh sausage cabbage?
It's
That'd be really good.
Really good.
No, I don't like cabbage.
That a cabbage guy?
I don't like cabbage.
Man.
I like it when it's raw. I don't like it cooked.
It's good for you.
I love it when it's cooked,
Makes
but
me
I know
not
when my
like it
mom
that
used to
much
cook it, we would stay out of the house for about a day or so because it always.
Well,
stinks.
yeah, I mean, I made Brussels sprouts last night as a side for my sliced sliced
I hope
filet
you left
mignon
the windows
sandwich.
open.
They got baby Brussels. You can get them at food outlets.
Yeah. Not that bad. What do they taste like?
They microwave them. It takes 6 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Open the bag, put them into a bowl. They're smaller than your average Brussels sprout. Sprinkle a little black pepper, and you know what? You dip them in Chick-fil-A sauce.
Are you serious?
It is so good. So good. So, and because it's cabbage or a form of, it's healthy.
Yeah, it would be.
So you're feeling, but I got to try this cannoli. This looks really, lots of cream here on the end.
Yes, lots of it. While you do that, I'll talk real estate a little bit. You keep your food stuff going there.
I was just going to say, I'm going to be busy, so this would be a good time for you to talk about real estate.
Well, we are in the midst of the spring market. And I'll be very honest, as a realtor, spring market's great this year. However, interest rates still have things going a little bit slow. And I think that's going to be the case probably through the summer. However, that does not mean that for you personally is not the right time to buy or sell a home. A lot of people are upsizing, people are downsizing. We're getting people transferring in from out of state. And we've got some great properties on the market. Whether you're looking in Wetumpka, we've got a beautiful place on Winding Wood Road, beautiful 4-bedroom with a pool. We've got a new place coming on the market in Prattville, another beautiful 4-bedroom on Northington Road. If you're thinking about Pine Level's a great, kind of a newer place that's really showing up. A lot of people are starting to build out there. We've got a wonderful Ace Hardware store and some other commercial properties out there on the market. So if you're thinking about really the future, especially Pine Level, because that's the way Prattville is growing, leaps and bounds out in that direction. And then also we've got some Millbrook properties. If you're interested in Millbrook property, I've got 2 that are really good properties if you're a flipper or you want to become a flipper, or maybe you just want to buy a house and come in a little bit lower and do a lot of the sweat equity yourself. I've got some of those properties as well. So you give me and my partner Hannah Grantham a call. My number is 334-322-0662. We would love to come and talk to you about buying, selling. And we've even got people that trade real estate. So give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about all those things.
Yeah, how many times do couples sit together, say, I wonder what we could get for our place?
Well,
what if it's worth thinking about doing something now? That's when you invite Mr. Bader into your conversation. Get a consultant who knows the market and can give you advice that can put you in a premium position when it's time to make a move. And by the way, I've got to say it again, if you're going to move, Admiral Movers is the best.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that I love about them, I've used them twice.
Good deal.
In the last 10 years. And they don't hire day labor. Everybody that works for them is an employee.
Yep.
They are trained in the art, and it is an art.
Oh, it's an art of moving.
There's a way to take all of that stuff, the furniture, the boxes, the clothes, sequence it into a truck, and then sequence it out of the truck at the next destination.
Yep. Without breaking everything.
They did everything I had. They did this between shows.
And with no holes in the walls?
No holes in the walls, nothing broken.
Love that.
That's why when Janelle had to move because her building got sold, I said, for Christmas, I'm hiring you a professional mover. The people that really...
I know she appreciated that.
Not 2 putts in a truck.
No, that's not the route you want to take.
And she ended up with, my TV, the guest room TV got broken. I had to buy another one because they don't have insurance.
Nope.
So if you are, it's worth it. It's,
100%.
And it's not nearly as costly as you think it's going to be.
The only downside to that, in our business, we find people think they'll do it on their own. They'll get a day into it and then go, we need help. And a lot of times by then, it's too late. You've already sold your home.
Yeah.
You need to look at this on the front end.
Absolutely. Eddie, thank you for your time and
Hey,
wisdom.
thank you, guys.
And these cannolis are very
They
good.
are good. You guys have a great weekend. And remember, if you guys ever need a mental health day, give me a call. I know some people.
I like the, by the way, the graham cracker crust.
Fairly
as opposed
good,
to
isn't
the
it?
harder, yes. The harder cannoli
I dig
type
it.
of thing.
I dig it. You guys have a great weekend.
You too, my friend. You're the best. All right, so Terry will move to the producer's chair, and we will continue on for one more hour at 5:35. Take a look at what's opening in the theaters. There's a movie called Is God Is. I read a little bit about it this morning, and it sounds bizarre, to say the least. Traffic, though, has been fairly good this afternoon. We'll check in with Skipper, the Wall Street Business and Salem Radio Network News at 5.
Well, a lot of folks are getting off work, getting out on the roads, and we are loading up all over the area. We had an accident earlier, East Boulevard, right near Vaughn Road. We're hoping that one has cleared. But boy, we got a lot of cars out there right now on all of our feeder roads out of Montgomery. I-65 and 85 really beginning to get busy. We will update you when accidents happen. At McKinnon Nissan, you can get up to $5,000 off a new Armada, up to $5,000 off a Nissan Frontier. Add the lowest tax rates in Alabama, and it's worth the drive. McKinnon Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew. It could be a boon for the housing market as Congress is expected to consider new housing legislation next week. More on that from correspondent Willie Nelson.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says lawmakers are preparing to take up bipartisan legislation aimed at lowering housing costs and increasing supply nationwide.
Bipartisan housing affordability legislation. This will be landmark legislation that will help increase the supply of housing around the country and bring down the cost. It's going to help more American families pursue the American dream of home ownership.
Willie Nelson, Washington.
President Trump says American aircraft maker Boeing has a deal to sell at least 200 planes to China. The president says China reserved the right to buy as many as 750 Boeing aircraft. It was a down day for stocks amid rising oil prices. At the closing bell, the Dow was down 537 points and NASDAQ off 410. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew.
How do you make Alabama farming great again? Ask Jack Williams.
I'm a fourth-generation farmer. We plan on farming all our life.
Jack Williams built up his own family enterprise before building a successful business across our state.
We knew nothing but work as I was growing up. I believe in starting at daylight and going to dark.
Then Jack Williams ran for state senate, joining President Donald Trump's mission to make America healthy again.
President Trump's doing a great job. I back everything he's doing.
Jack banned lab-grown meat, legalized baiting to hunt feral hogs, and stood up for Alabama growers. Now Jack's running for Ag Commissioner to push fresh food in our kids' school lunches and bring Trump's agenda to Alabama.
I am going to make Alabama farming great again.
That's why Alabama farmers are backing Jack Williams for Ag Commissioner. Paid for by Jack Williams' campaign.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Barracuda. An evening with Ann Wilson of Heart and Trip Sitter with the 2026 tour September 24th at the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. Ann Wilson of Heart and Trip Sitter performing vintage songs from Heart and more. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com, Impact.org, or the Impact box office. Don't miss an evening with Ann Wilson of Heart and Trip Sitter, Thursday, September 24th, 8 p.m. live at the Impact.
Alabama needs a fighter for Attorney General, and that's Katherine Robertson. She passed the toughest gang law in the country and made violent criminals serve longer sentences. As Attorney General, she'll stand with President Trump to deport violent illegals. Endorsed by sheriffs from Huntsville to Mobile, Alabama firefighters, and the NRA, Katherine will fight for Alabama families from day one. Tough, tested, conservative. Vote Katherine Robertson for Attorney General on May 19th.
Paid for by Robertson for Attorney General, P.O. Box 5300063, Birmingham, Alabama 35253.
E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free. E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free.
At E-Bike Oasis, we're more than just Montgomery's best electric bicycle store. E-Bike Oasis offers free 1-hour electric bicycle rentals and a full-service electric bike repair shop. Stop by E-Bike Oasis in Montgomery today for free rentals, repairs, and electric bicycle brands in town.
Today is May 15th, Nylon Stockings Day. It marks the day when nylon hosiery was first sold. Ladies, nylon stockings are perfect for your legs when you're out on the town. Guys, nylon stockings are perfect for your face when you're pulling off a bank heist. Everyone, on the ground! This is Nylon Stockings Day.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
It's your 505.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. President Trump says he's not yet made a decision on whether a major sale of U.S. arms to Taiwan can move forward following his 3-day visit to China. The president spoke to reporters Friday as he flew back on Air Force One. Trump's Republican administration has authorized the sale, but it has yet to proceed. The Justice Department will seek the death penalty for the man accused of fatally shooting 2 staff members of the Israeli embassy in Washington outside a Jewish museum. Prosecutors disclosed the decision in a court filing Friday. Elias Rodriguez faces federal hate crime and murder charges in the killings of Yaron Lashinsky and Sarah Milgram. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 537 points, the Nasdaq dropped 410, the S&P 500 lower by 92. More details at srnnews.com.
Ready for a bathroom upgrade that won't disrupt your life? Jacuzzi Bath Remodel is here to help. Take the stress out of renovations with quick, professional service from the name America trusts. Affordable, stunning selection of tubs and showers, each designed with style, safety, and your budget in mind. With customizable features like grab bars and seats, your new bath or shower will meet your entire family's needs.
I absolutely love my new bathroom. It's very hard to believe that they get it done in one day. Jacuzzi really outdid themselves.
Right now, we're waiving all installation costs, plus offering no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Call now to schedule your free design consultation and quote. Call 800-486-3395. That's 800-486-3395. 800-486-3395. With purchase and installation, financing through third-party lenders, subject to credit approval. No interest and no payments if paid in full within 12 months. Interest charged from purchase date if not paid in full. Not all will qualify. Call dealer for details.
Gary Adams, I hear we have an election primary coming up next week.
Yes, what I've heard.
Whenever we have one of those, we get a lot of ads, and we appreciate that. They want to reach the News Talk listener. But it always brings about more requests for this guy and his wife.
Hi, I'm Gil Fulbright. The people who run my campaign, they've made this commercial, and I'm in it. This campaign, it's not about me. It's about crafting a version of me that'll appeal to you. A version that visits random work sites with paid actors pointing at things. A version of me that doesn't find old people loathsome or pointless. Has a conventionally attractive yet curiously still family. Listening to my constituents, legislating, these are things I don't do. What I do is spend about 70% of my time raising funds for re-election. I'd do anything to stay in office. My name's Gil Fulbright, but hell, I'll change my name to Phil Goldbright or Bill Fulbright or fill up my mouth with farts. These are the things that are important to me. And these are the fine people that finance my campaign. Now, in order to do these things, I have to stay in office. And to stay in office, I have to keep these guys happy. Now, if any of these things make these guys unhappy, well, my hands are tied. So come November, the choice is clear. Do you want another spineless mouthpiece for special interest and lobbyists? Or a spineless mouthpiece for special interest and lobbyists? I'm Philip a Mouth with Farts, and I approve this message.
And behind every dubious candidate, there's a dubious wife.
Hi, I'm Gil Fulbright, and I approve of whatever it is my wife is about to read off of this teleprompter.
Hi, I'm a politician's wife, delivering a focus group message from what looks like the cover of Architectural Digest. I'm not behind a podium or out speaking with real people, because as a prop, I'm best positioned in the home, where I can conform to gender norms and exhibit aspirational family values. My practice smile should tell you all's well with the Fulbright house, while my lifeless eyes betray my disgust with my husband's backroom dealings with shady political cohorts. People ask me all the time, what's it like to be a politician's wife? Well, It's a privilege to be a part of the soul-eating circus known as the political machine. That is, once you've given up your dreams of doing something meaningful or worthwhile. So, probably what it feels like to be a voter. Go here to hear more from my husband, or go here if you'd like to donate to his Indiegogo page.
Sure. I wonder if it's still there, because those go back a ways. 8, 10, 12 years, something like that. For the top of the hour, later on this hour, the Movie Maven joins us, talking about what's playing in theaters this weekend, a couple of interesting films on the list. And we were talking about Amelia Earhart.
Yeah.
Who remains probably the most all-time famous female pilot, but nobody knows where her career ended, or at least is sure.
Well, she was very good friends with Eleanor Roosevelt and friends with the president, not as close as she was with Eleanor. So,
yeah,
I think she was doing them a favor by checking in on what the Japanese were up to in the Marshall Islands.
And one of the theories is that, well, she wandered off course. Japanese could have shot her down. She could have run out of gas.
True.
If she was off course, she could have been taken prisoner.
Well, the interesting thing is, I mentioned the little 15-year-old girl in Florida that were picking up her transmissions.
Yes.
They only came at certain times, and she recorded these times. Later on, like 50 years later, when they started looking at the tides, they found that she would broadcast when the tide was low and would not broadcast when it was high, which made them think she was on a reef and the plane would fill with water and the batteries would make the radio not work when the tide was high. All kind of interesting stuff that was going on. But it kills me that our Navy dismissed every one of these transmissions as a hoax.
Our great virtual producer, Mark Cumby, sent a clip. Amelia Earhart didn't crash. She survived. And here's what the evidence shows. So I'd like to...
Yeah, I'd love to hear this.
Listen to a little bit of this. In fact, let me share this screen so you can...
You know, Greg, my mom's cable box went out at the lake, and of course, Mom's been gone 2 years, May. So I had to go and get a new cable box. Well, they don't, as they told me, we don't do business with dead people. So I had to switch everything over to my name. You would not believe it's easier to vote than it is to go get your cable box swapped over. I had to supply a credit card. I had to supply a license, proof of who I was. If they don't pass the SAFE Act, they all need to be kicked out of office. This is insane.
Yeah, this is clearly, I mean, and this tells you, we don't have two political parties. We have one. And extremes in both that make it seem like there's two very distinct political parties, but they seem to have an awful lot of same mutual interests. What do we have?
Well, he said pick a name, anybody you wanted to call him. So I said, how about Edward? He didn't like that.
Oh.
Hey, Budell, I told him, I said, hell, how about buckwheat?
Buckwheat.
Whatever.
Hey, Greg, I got a question. I don't know whether, you might like me, but me and my nephew sitting right here just talking about this canopy law that just passed. Well, yes. The thing is will the insurance cover for someone that does need medical marijuana? I would like to know that.
I really couldn't give you an answer, but I know we have people that listen that probably know something about that. But I would imagine if it's prescribed, and for many people in certain stages late in life or with a long, slow terminal illness, it is the only thing that can really work for them. I would imagine it would be, but I guess we'll find out like we do everything else after the fact.
That's right, but insurance companies nowadays, I mean...
They won't pay for anything.
No, it's crazy. It's not anything like it used to be. Thank
That's
you,
right.
Obama.
Well, I was just saying, if you do happen to, between now and then, throw it out on the radio, please.
I will. Thank you very much. Yeah, we have John McCain to thank for that because he was the guy that just couldn't bring himself to help Donald Trump get rid of Obamacare, and it was his vote that kept us stuck with that.
He was a scumbag.
And the paperwork, we had the story yesterday. Doctors are now retiring before the age of 50 because they're burnt out on paperwork. And that's all that Obamacare did, was create this enormous, expensive bureaucracy that has driven the cost of everything up, engaged more people in decisions when it comes to what they're going to cover, what they're not, on your health.
Part of the bureaucracy.
Why are we putting up with this?
I don't know.
I'm going to wait.
The people need to put a stop to it.
We'll come back to this Amelia clip. I
want to hear it.
Uncle Chi-Chi's shirtless weather is ahead.
Ooh.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Whether it's AC or heating or plumbing that you're needing, whatever you require, call Lou Quire.
With the seasons changing, your HVAC system is working overtime. Call Lou Quire today to schedule a tune-up with one of their expert technicians to keep your system running efficiently and reliably. Keep your home comfortable all season long. 24-hour emergency service available. License number 22154.
Call Lou Quire right now.
Do you suffer every time you try to wear good-looking shoes, but you don't want to wear ugly shoes just because they're comfortable? The Good Feet store wants to help you wear heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got a beautiful mid-May forecast for outdoor activities this weekend. Tonight, mostly clear. Overnight low temperature drops to about 56. Tomorrow, the warming trend continues. Plenty of sunshine on Saturday and Sunday with a high temperature up to about 87 tomorrow. We'll be teasing 90 degrees on Sunday, and I've got us around 91 on Monday with more sun. Nighttime lows will be in the 60s, and the next chance of widely scattered showers pop up on Tuesday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
The world of mysteries and conspiracies is nothing new. Terry Adams and I have been talking about various things. Focus on JFK because that's where we really started to understand that our government unhesitatingly lies to us when they think it's in our best interest. Isn't that nice to know? The story of Amelia Earhart, I mentioned it to guys this morning because for some reason her name came up in the morning show. In the 90s, I belonged to a group called TIGHAR, T-I-G-H-A-R, and their sole mission was the rental of a ship and the relentless search for any evidence of Amelia's plane or where she may have been. And it all ends up near an island called Nicaragua in the Pacific. Now, this guy, on this clip I'm about to play, let me share this. I've seen him in multiple episodes of the show Air Disasters. He's got some true expertise on this kind of stuff. Let's see what he has to say.
Or not. Itasca didn't know Noonan was on the airplane.
How is that possible?
How is that possible?
Previously on Today I Learned Science.
Last week, we uncovered what really happened to Amelia Earhart, the evidence that's been hiding in plain sight for 89 years. The person who found it? This man, Rick Gillespie. So I flew out to Tiger headquarters and asked him to show me everything. What he showed me changed how I see her story completely.
You're telling me that we've got a picture of a Lockheed 10 landing gear on the reef at Nicomoraro 3 months after Earhart's disappearance? So the airplane is not crashed. The airplane has made a safe landing someplace on land. You guys are telling me that nobody has looked for Amelia Earhart in the most likely place? They didn't see an airplane, but they saw something that shouldn't have been there. And what they saw was there's a 99.28% chance that that castaway was Amelia Earhart.
This is the truth of Amelia Earhart's final flight.
With USAA Safe Pilot,
Well, I don't
I
wanna
can
hear
save
this.
when I drive safely.
With
As soon as I
USAA
get
Safe
advances,
Pilot
I wanna hear
Miles,
one
I
more
can save
segment
when I
of
drive
this.
less.
Here we go.
Welcome to Today I Learned Science. It's a pleasure to speak to you in person now.
Well, it's a pleasure to see you. I'm looking forward to this very much.
By the way, this guy, Rick Gillespie, he was the guy that founded Tiger, the organization I mentioned a few minutes ago. It's the first time I've seen him, and now that I see him, I've recognized him from episodes of
So
Dare
he
to
is
Say.
an
And just to get started, I'll have you also introduce yourself, but just as a little intro from me, Rick, we were just talking about this. You were an airplane insurance investigator doing accident insurance. So that was kind of your foray into all of this. But you're also the son of a World War II pilot. You're a pilot yourself. And where we are today, we're at the Tiger headquarters, where all the magic happens. You've led many, many expeditions over the last 20, 30 years. I think it's been 40 years now, out to Nicomoro Island and other islands to search for Amelia Earhart and figure out what happened on that fateful day in 1937. So let's just jump right into it. How did you even get into this in the first place? Specifically, her story. What drew you to this investigation and made you want to spend the last 40 years of your life searching for answers?
People were asking us at that time, when are you going after Amelia? And I said, look, she probably just ran out of gas looking for a tiny island in a big ocean, and it's too small a target and too big an ocean, and there's nothing substantive that can be done, and it's a media circus, and I don't want any part of it. And then in 1988, two of our members, Tom Willey and Tom Gannon, who were retired military navigators, called me up. We got a theory about Amelia Earhart. I thought, I don't want to hear any theories. No, you got to listen to it. So we're not talking about the Japanese or anything like that. We're navigators, and what we have to say makes sense, and we'll come and show you at our expense. And they lived in Florida. And I said, well, all right, come on up and I'll give you the time. So they show up in Wilmington, Delaware, and they spread their maps out on the kitchen table, and they point out that, like, what Amelia Earhart is known to have said in her last transmission to the Coast Guard cutter Itasca makes perfect sense to an aerial navigator, celestial aerial navigator, which we are. She said she was running on the line 157337. That's a line of position. It's what she should have been doing, given that she couldn't find the island with a radio direction finder. Her navigator was telling her to fly on this line. And if she did what she said she was doing, she should have gotten to another island. Not Holland, because she didn't get to Holland, we know that. But she should have gotten to Gardner Island, which was uninhabited at the time. And nobody ever looked for her there. And I said, wait a minute. You guys are telling me that nobody has looked for Amelia Earhart in the most likely place? And they said, that's the way it looks to us. Oh, man. Well, okay, we need to look into this and find the documentation for what you're telling us. And people did look for her there. This is exactly what the Navy thought happened in 1937. This is not a new Amelia Earhart. This is the oldest Amelia Earhart theory. And the Navy sent a battleship all the way from Hawaii to Gardner Island to look for them with 3 catapult-launched float planes. And they didn't see an airplane, but they saw something that shouldn't have been there. They didn't know it shouldn't have been there. What they saw was clear signs of recent habitation on this island. They were under the impression that all these islands had native work parties harvesting coconuts, and so, people here. There had been nobody on Gardner Island since 1892. So they saw something that shouldn't have been there. They didn't realize that. They crossed the place off as having been searched, and nobody ever looked there again.
Boy, that sure does remind you of the government. Let's not look at the place she was most likely to be.
Yeah, I mean, what are the chances?
Was that a...
That was a caller who has a conspiracy theory he wondered if you or I had ever heard of, and that is that the World Economic Forum is buying Mars Candy, and their plan is to buy up all the veterinarian emergency facilities so people will euthanize their pets because they don't want us to have pets. And I've never heard of that.
Well, let me offer this.
Okay.
Just about every veterinarian I know has sold their practice to a company that offers to run it, pay them a generous salary, about what they would be making, but takes the headache of paperwork away.
And ownership, headache of ownership, all the loot.
So I offer you this. Wouldn't that be step one?
Yeah. Total control.
Total control.
Yes, sir. It sure would. You know, I had the son of a veterinarian, a very famous one whose name I will not divulge on air, tell me several years ago, I was at 84's house one night. He invited us, and this guy's telling me that some guys from the government came to his father's veterinarian clinic and said, there's going to be something coming out, a new disease, and they said the name of it and everything, and you need to be prepared for it. And sure enough, 6 months later, this stuff came out like it was engineered. So who knows?
You know, if they really want to piss people off, it's bad enough they abused us with COVID and God knows what else. But when you start screwing with our pets, that's when there'll be a revolution.
You're probably right, because more money is spent on pet food in this country than it is baby food. So you may be right.
It's going to take something like that to wake a few people up.
It's going to take the mamas of the world to get mad to get this stuff straightened out. That's what it's going to take.
5:27, we're going to hit back to the traffic dungeon. Got some news. And then around 5:35, the Movie Man will join us and give us previews of what's happening in theaters this weekend. Is there something worth going to see? Maybe.
Well, we have a new accident, 2900 block Carter Hill Road. That's going to be right near the Walgreens at Carter Hill and Zelda. Injuries involved in that accident. In Prattville, Cubsford Road in front of Applebee's. Got an accident there. Very busy building traffic everywhere else. Keep it here. We will keep you updated. Upgrade your home with Davis Door and Sash, your trusted source for replacement windows and doors. Save 10% on materials when you mention this ad. Visit DavisDoorandSashAlabama.com. Call 334-288-6010. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Adams Motorsports of Montgomery, where your pleasure is their business.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. The young man whose body was recovered from Lake Martin Wednesday has been identified. 24-year-old Jaden Barreto, a student from Georgia, was on a boat with a group of friends celebrating graduation. Barreto was seen jumping off Chimney Rock but never resurfaced. Following an hours-long search, Barreto's body was found on an underwater shelf about 50 feet deep. Montgomery police are searching for a suspect involved in a fatal shooting last weekend. 41-year-old Tony Julius was shot and killed in the 300 block of North Decatur Street around 6:30 Saturday evening. Police say the suspect is a black male last seen driving a white Ford F-150 truck while fleeing the scene. Crime Stoppers is offering a $1,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest. Montgomery's own Clarence Carter passed away Thursday at the age of 90. The legendary blind singer had recently been diagnosed with prostate cancer. Clarence Carter was born in Montgomery and rose to worldwide fame with soul and R&B hits in the late 60s and 70s. Some of Clarence Carter's best-known songs included Patches, Strokin', and Slip Away. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
AdamsMotorsports.com on the web or Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard in Montgomery. That's at Adams Motorsports in Montgomery, where your pleasure is our business. Come by and learn more about the new Suzuki GSX 8R motorcycle and see for yourself the bar has officially been reset.
If you're struggling with ED or your performance is down and your belly fat is growing, listen up. You've got one life. Now is the time to act.
At Montgomery Men's Health, we're not just healthcare, we're your secret weapon. Don't wait another day. Here's why you need to act right now.
Every moment you delay, your condition could worsen. It's not just about sex, it's about your heart, your relationship, your life.
Montgomery Men's Health has years of proven results for ED and low T. We've introduced treatments so exclusive, you'll wonder why you waited.
Procrastination is the thief of time. When it comes to your sexual health, you can't afford to wait. Join the League of Gentlemen who've walked out of our doors with a swagger.
Call Montgomery Men's Health at 334-440-3663 or visit montgomerymenshealth.com. Book your $99 male performance consultation now. Dial 334-440-3663 or visit montgomerymenshealth.com. Montgomery Men's Health, making it happen.
This May 19th, vote for Jim Ziegler for Alabama Public Service Commission. Jim knows what to do.
Alabama has been targeted by massive data centers and solar farms. They can ruin your community and drive your electric bills up. No one in Montgomery is overseeing this. I'm Jim Ziegler, and I will serve as your watchman on the Public Service Commission.
Jim Ziegler knows how the Alabama Public Service Commission works, and he knows how to make it work for Alabama families.
I'm Jim Ziegler, the watchman. I've been traveling the state listening to voters and your problem. Your power bill is too high. When I'm elected to the Public Service Commission, I will fight to lower your power bills. Vote for me, Jim Ziegler, the watchman for PSC.
On May 19th, vote for Jim Ziegler for Alabama Public Service Commission. Paid by Jim Ziegler Campaign, 3071 Teal Court, Mobile, Alabama.
Mayday, Mayday, may I have your attention? I want to announce that Pizza Perfect in May, you can buy a large pizza at the regular price and get a large single topping pizza for only $10. You already know that Pizza Perfect has the best pizza buffet in town, including spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13 at lunch and dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday all day. In May, buy any large pizza at the regular price and get a large single topping pizza for $10. Pizza Perfect, Coliseum Boulevard in Eastbrook, available for pickup and delivery.
We all know what the career politicians do when an outsider takes them on. It happened to President Trump. As soon as he started winning, the lies and the desperate attacks started. Now they're going after Jared Hudson because the career politicians know he'll drain the swamp, and he's winning. Jared Hudson is a decorated Navy SEAL sniper. He started a small business to train law enforcement and a nonprofit that fights human traffickers. Jared's a seventh-generation Alabamian, husband and father, running for Senate on the America First platform, securing our elections, deporting criminals, protecting children, and hitting the career politicians where it hurts. Term limits, stock trading bans, and if they don't pass a budget, they don't get paid. No wonder the insiders are scared. Jared Hudson for U.S. Senate. Alabama Conservatives is responsible for the content of this advertising. Paid for by Alabama Conservatives. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.alabamaconservativespac.com.
At Blue Water Broadcasting, we believe great advertising starts with relationships. That's why so many local business owners trust us, not just for radio, but for digital too. If you're already running digital advertising and you're not seeing results, it may be time to explore your options. Our team takes the time to understand your business, then builds custom campaigns using a multi-channel conversion-focused approach. So whether it's digital display, social media, or you need help increasing your online presence, Blue Water Broadcasting can help. Before your next campaign, let's have a conversation. Visit bluewaterbroadcasting.com.
Come and listen to a story about a millionaire New York tycoon who hates the city's mayor. Thinks Mom Donnie's a socialistic nut, so he packed up his place and moved to Florida. Yeah. Golf, that is. Sunshine, no state tax. Right. Next thing you know, New York is really poor. Millionaires don't live there anymore. But at least the rent's gonna be cheap when the rich people move and all the money leaves. Relocate, that is. Miami, the Villages.
Well,
the Manhattan Millionaires.
Have some movies to talk about right after Rich's weather.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. It's time to schedule your spring tune-up with Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. Don't wait. Schedule today. Give them a call at 334-277-2125. Alabama certification number 88007.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got a beautiful mid-May forecast for outdoor activities this weekend. Tonight, mostly clear. Overnight low temperature drops to about 56. Tomorrow, the warming trend continues. Plenty of sunshine on Saturday and Sunday with a high temperature up to about 87 tomorrow. We'll be teasing 90 degrees on Sunday, and I've got us around 91 on Monday with more sun. Nighttime lows will be in the 60s, and the next chance of widely scattered showers pop up on Tuesday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Big dreams for your home on a tight budget? ASE's $26.26 as you covered. Unlock your home's equity with just $26 in closing costs. No fees, no headaches. Visit your local ASE branch today. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 420259.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Time for the Movie Maven. Miss Murray's Movie Minute brought to you by AMS Studios. Relax, refresh, renew with AMS Studios. 95 Lightwood Road in Deatsville. AMSStudioMedSpa.com and line or call 782-9711. We now welcome Ellen Murray. Good afternoon.
Hello and happy Friday.
Yeah. Lots to talk about. Something interesting coming to theaters. And I'll let you start here.
Before we get into the theater movies, I heard you talking earlier about The Report movie, and I just wanted to mention it's actually The Torture Report, but the torture part is redacted.
Oh, in the title.
And yeah, so when you look it up, it's The Report, and it's on Amazon Prime right now. So.
We've had a lot of people call up about it, interested in checking it out.
Yeah, it's a difficult watch. I mean, they're showing them torturing people, and it's really like because you know that's what really happened. So it's a hard watch, but yeah.
It's also very revealing in terms of the layers of government, the lack of communication, not only within certain agencies but between agencies, and on and on and on. But to Terry, the key thing here, if you're looking for a movie that gives you a dipstick on the depth of the deep state, this is it.
Yeah, they wanted to see how far they could get away with whatever they were doing and still be within the law, quote unquote.
Protecting their hides, of course, which is job one in the government. Where are we starting this afternoon?
All right, back to the theater. There's a new action movie out today starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Henry Cavill, and it's called In the Gray. And it looks like your typical new Hollywood action movie where there's like explosions and guns and chases, and the guys are super cool and they're doing little funny one-liners every now and then. But I like Jake Gyllenhaal and Henry Cavill. He's the handsomest Superman. It's got some other people that I've heard of in it. Oh, let me explain what the In the Gray means. So they're like. They're sort of like on the edge of what's moral and what's immoral, what's black and what's white, so they're in the gray area.
I see.
Okay. Then next,
you got Rotten Tomato scores on that yet?
No, I didn't look up the Rotten Tomato scores on any of these. But it's the first day, so it's hard to tell, until it's been out for a little bit.
Next up. Obsession.
Next up is called Obsession, and this one is interesting. It's a horror movie, but it's about a guy that has a crush on his friend that's a girl, and he makes a wish on some magical stick, and he wishes for her to be in love with him. I mean, this is an age-old story.
You see a magical stick?
Stick! So she not only falls in love with him, but becomes, like, terrifyingly obsessed with him to the point of the only way to break this curse is if he's dead. So
okay.
It can't turn out well.
No, nothing good can come from that.
Now, the one I'm really interested to get some information on. It's called Is God Is. It's R-rated. Tell us about this.
Yes, this one is interesting. I had not heard of it before I was looking into new movies today, but it's the story of these twin girls, and they grow up. One of them is burned on her whole body, and the other one is not. And they go to their mother, who's also burned on her whole body. Vivica Fox is the mother, and she directs these young teen girls, or they're like maybe young in 20s. They're young. Yeah. They need to kill their father, who's the one that set this fire that burnt her and her daughter.
Oh boy!
So they go on this like cross country journey looking for their father with this revenge in mind to kill him. And what's interesting, the father that they're chasing is played by Sterling K. Brown, who is like the hero of the Paradise Show, and in this movie he's the villain. So,
wow.
Just that title, Is God Is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really understand the title either. It's based on a play, and kind of like when they put the title in the end, God in the middle, and is on all sides like a cross. I don't know, there's some religious symbolism to it that I don't get.
And then the Sheep Detectives. Is it good or bad?
This one looks very cute. Honestly, it's about a shepherd played by Hugh Jackman, who's got a bunch of sheep. And
wow, Hugh Jackman's gone from the sex roles to shepherd.
Yeah.
This is a family movie. The sheep are all voiced by famous actors, so there's a huge cast to this. And he dies, and the sheep have to solve his murder.
Okay.
Well, that sounds like fun.
It looks very cute. Emma Thompson is in it. It's got a whole bunch of like really high names.
Yeah, sounds like.
But
and
they're family friendly.
So that's what's in theaters. By the way, we are planning a News Talk movie event, I believe on May 29th, when the movie Pressure is released.
Oh.
And this is the story of the most important weather forecast in the last century, which was for D-Day.
Yep.
And the enormous responsibility the weatherman, I mean, you had over 1 million people depending on one man's take.
Yep.
And at a time when forecasting tools were very limited compared to what they have today.
Correct.
So obviously Rich Thomas would like to invite us to see it in the theater.
Yeah, I bet he would love it. Yeah.
So we're going to get some details together on that. Yeah, I mean, it's another true story, and to me, they always make the best movies.
Yes, sir.
When they're well done.
Truth is strange.
All right, so just to review, out in the theaters, In the Gray. That sounds like a good buddy cop thing. Could be entertaining couple of hours. Obsession. I lived the real life story, so I'm not too interested in that. Is God Is. That's very dark. And The Sheep Detectives, fun for the whole family. So it all sounds good. And by the way, I've had a number of people call or message me and thanking you for directing them to Remarkably Bright Creatures.
Oh, I'm so glad.
That is a movie's movie. It should have been released in theaters. It's certainly good enough to be. But it's available on Netflix, right?
Yes, and it's fun for the whole family. It's really heartwarming, and I recommend it highly.
Good, clean fun. Thank you, Movie Maven, for joining us this afternoon. What?
If we have one more second.
Yes.
I just wanted to mention that the Capri Theater is hosting children's movies this summer on Wednesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., and all seats in the theater are only $2.
Wow.
And the Capri is a good theater experience. So
yeah, and they also have like cheap popcorn and soda and stuff too. But you can expect there will be a lot of kids there. Like maybe people bring their entire daycare, so it's not going to be like a regular movie experience.
Cool.
No, I'm glad they've got a classy place like the Capri to go take the kids for the really old-fashioned movie experience too.
Yep, been around forever.
And yeah, some of the movies are Curious George, The Land Before Time, Dog Man, Kung Fu Panda, Shrek 2, Secret Life of Pets, Trolls, and The Bad Guys too.
Awesome.
So it's all like fun old kid movies, and
We'll cover those in the weeks ahead. You can keep us ahead of the game on what's playing there on Wednesday and Thursday, you said, at the Capri? Hello?
Ellen?
We lost you for a second.
I'm here, but I'm hearing myself echoing.
Uh-oh.
That I can't explain, but...
I guess that's our sign that it's time to be done with this.
Okay. Be done with this! We appreciate
Have a great weekend.
You too. At 5:45, back to Skipper for an update on traffic. Thank you, Ellen Murray.
Well, we had a couple of accidents a few minutes ago in Prattville on Cobbsford Road in front of Applebee's. And in Montgomery, 2900 block Carter Hill near the Walgreens at Carter Hill and Zelda. We understand there are injuries involved in that accident, and it is blocking the intersection there. Please watch out for emergency vehicles. Maybe take an alternate route if you can. We will keep you updated. At McKenna Nissan, you can save up to $6,000 off Pathfinders and up to $5,000 on roads. Add the lowest tax rates in Alabama, and it's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Paid for by McGinnis for Alabama, 203 Investment Lane, Summerdale, Alabama, 36580.
Hillary! Hillary! I'm really feeling my pain. I sure could use a 5-point plan right now.
I'm Christina Warner McInnes, and we all need the 5-point plan for Alabama farms and families. Better food security. They should be able to buy Alabama rotisserie chicken with SNAP benefits, not margarita mix. Guide more farmers to the millions of dollars in grants they deserve. Protect our farmland from China and promote sweet-grown Alabama for tourism. We need more Alabama food on the plates of our schools and home. It's time to tell the politicians in Montgomery, same old is not working for us.
Christina Warner McInnes for Agriculture.
I haven't asked the big guy yet, but I have a feeling he'll like the plan.
This 5-point plan is huge, very special. And believe me, I know the 5-point plan. And all the other 5-point plans are horrible, probably made in China.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capital Oyster Bar. We're located over here on that beautiful Alabama River, and we cook up that fresh seafood. We got a fryer, a steamer, and a grill. It's been a great spring down here, and I want to tell you, we do that live music on Sunday afternoons, and we bring in some killer shows, and 3 of the inductees into the Blues Hall of Fame last week. There were 6 inductees, 3 of them played at the Capital Oyster Bar multiple times. So let me tell you, if you come down here, you're going to catch some fine music and some killer musicians. Same thing this Sunday, 4 o'clock showtime. Out of Nashville, Heavy Drunk and bringing from Clarksdale, Mr. Watermelon Slim, featuring Watermelon Slim back at the Capital Oyster Bar. Check it all out, CapitalOysterBar.com. Go to our Facebook page. You'll see a menu, a map how to get here, also about renting a pontoon boat. And also, we got an RV park. We got a few spots open down here, so we got that good eating, some great food. Like I say, a fryer, a steamer, and a grill. The guys in the kitchen put out some great food. 4 o'clock showtime this week. Heavy Drunk and Watermelon Slim.
A man who's done a fantastic job, Sheriff Matt Gentry. Thank you.
When Alabama families needed protecting, Matt Gentry answered the call. For nearly 30 years as a Marine, a deputy, and now the Sheriff of Coleman County, he's stood between us and danger. Now, Matt is taking that same no-nonsense approach to the Public Service Commission to stand up for Alabama ratepayers and fight back against liberal green energy agendas that threaten our way of life.
From small farms to front porches, people deserve someone that will fight for them, someone who understands them and understands their struggles. I'm Matt Gentry. I'm asking for your prayers, your support, and your vote for the Public Service Commission.
Because Alabama doesn't need